Going live. Dun dun dun.
No.
No. Anything but that.
I know, right?
That sounds like the live has officially begun then. So,
It
Indeed.
has.
last time.
We did something dumb. I don't remember precisely. I just
That's
remember
every
it was dumb.
time. That's every time.
To be more specific.
Yeah.
Um,
Come on.
Well, last time you had essentially rounded the corner and had seen some zombies, and a Darrow. But just to recap a little bit, you had come into a cavern and tunnels that were just filled with phasers. You know, Liam's favorite pastime.
Yes.
Oh boy.
And there were some zombies, some humanoid zombies, like a crawling claw or two, and a Darrow who was just barely illuminated up on a ledge over here. And this is about 15 or so feet off the ground from the floor. So it kind of goes like, if this map makes sense, kind of goes like 10, and then it goes down another 10, and then it goes up 15 here.
So he's at a net game at 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess it'd be a little more accurate to do that if we're just using 0 as the baseline of the floor down there.
Okay.
And despite this place just stinking to death of corpses and fungi and all sorts of stuff, as when you came in, why did we get like 5 of them stacked on top of here? What in the world? He said, something to the effect of, "I can smell you," when you came in. And this guy does not seem to be probably all there, like most there are. He's a little crazy-eyed, dressed in just barely above rags, crazy hair, beard, mustaches, all that sort of stuff, with a little staff on his side. There is also, the ogre in the room right here, so to speak, a zombified ogre that was currently moving what looks like corpses around in this big pit. Now, this pit doesn't really do the amount of corpses in it justice, but you can see that behind some of the mushrooms down here, there are corpses, and that is all throughout the floor down here. There just seems to be some sort of dumping pit. And some of the corpses around here are moving and twitching in various unnatural ways. And they all seem to be animated somehow by the phasers that is just swirling through this place. And the phasers in here is much more animated. It's not just standing still like you've normally seen. But the only ones that seem to be actually mobile are the ones I have listed on the map here. The other ones are just in a pile, just kind of like twitching or missing parts that they really need in order to actually function. So if you do happen to get down this pit, it is difficult terrain just because of the piles and the movement, but for the moment, they don't really serve any combat purpose. The ones up here just seem to be ones that have like climbed up here and are moseying around, maybe helpers of some sort, who knows. But that's what you see when you round a corner there. We haven't started fighting or anything, but
all right. So per my chat here, per Guido's chat, I suppose, I immediately pull out Frostmourne.
okay.
And I cast Rise.
Okay. All available corpses are currently in use.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Okay, we got to kill him first.
Okay,
Yep.
yes.
Kill him so you can raise him again.
Necromancer battle, man.
Dude, those that's gonna be fun. All right, so he can smell us, but you know what I think? I think he's a big stinking liar. I say this very loudly. No, I don't actually say it loudly. Okay, so here's my thinking. We charge in, guns blazing, fireballs blazing, or we sneak or try to sneak. What do you think? And by we, I mean I, because I'm the only one here who has any sneaking skill, unless Brent has sneaking skills.
Bren says, well, I'm not too bad at sneaking around.
Well, Bren, Jean Steele, Myroon.
Oh yeah, that's his actual.
Oh boy, it's going to take a while. Conversations with him are taking forever.
Right. Tell me something, Brian Steele. No. So okay, you and I can sneak up there if we want to go the sneak route. What's the idea?
So, does General Riposte alert the undead, or does it just kind of nudge them away from a location until we engage them?
General Repose works on a corpse and prevents it from being turned into undead.
Crap. Sorry, that's not what I meant. I meant, was it turn undead?
Turn undead. Turn undead.
Will it alert the necromancer?
Probably.
It's just start fleeing.
Damn
it. You do have to visibly present your symbol, so you're not,
it's kind of hoping to have them mosey on over to where the ogre is, and we could kind of sneak past into the other passage.
Is there like shepherd undead or like steer steer undead?
I mean, kind of. It's not what turn undead is. Turn undead is literally run in fear.
Set up undead queue.
Let's see. So turn undead specifically, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer. So it's okay. It's pretty.
It's announcements. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll save that for when we're seen.
Yep.
So I'll hold my action.
When, yeah.
But it lasts for a minute, and they have to move as far away as they can from you for that duration of time, or until they take damage. And they're actually dashing. Like they just get out of there.
Okay.
Does it not destroy HD anymore?
It does. It depends on your level, though. And I don't know what it is at your level.
Level 6.
Say these are probably decent level undead, but I don't know. Or there's just a lot of them, in which case you'd only get a few.
Okay, so you've got, so at level 5, you get Destroy Undead of CR half or below. So instead of being turned, if they fail their save and they're CR half or below, they're just destroyed instead.
Also, thank you for the follow, Lux. Tenebrock. I'm probably butchering your name, but thank you for the follow.
Yeah, just to kind of give you a base of reference, your typical zombie or skeleton are CR 1/4.
Oh, okay. I thought they would be higher up then.
Yeah. And you know, as a cleric, that you're built for this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not particularly sure about the ogre zombie. That one probably is made of sterner stuff, but I mean, you're an AoE fireball for lower undead forms right now.
So they're on fire. Great.
Yeah.
I never really heard an answer to my question. Do we want to try sneaking, or do we just want to go loud?
No, I was gonna figure we try that, and then again, when we're seen, then just unleash hell.
So,
are we sure we're on the right path?
No. Wait, hang on. Okay, now we are.
Wait, what?
Just move forward. Just move forward.
They want to be friends. All right, we can backtrack. Nothing saying we have to go this way.
That's true. We can, but there's a lot of experience in there.
Yeah, but the kind of eyes on the prize. We're down here to find Bubido.
Watch this. I'll poke the grave cleric. Watch this. So one of the grave cleric's calls is destroying of the unholy abominations of undead.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So hey, let's flip the conversation. I'm the one who's just like, can we just turn around? There's no demons down here or anything. It's.
I was just going to ask, is any of that demonic energy?
Yeah, I don't see any demonic energy. So who cares? And there's Phaser, so he doesn't care. And then you're like, well,
and both me and Dawnbringer,
I mean,
they must pay.
Yeah, Kellenvor holds undead, it says, in the utmost contempt.
Yes, then this will not stand. I'm having a hard time not running into battle.
No, you can go ahead and run in. I'll sneak behind you.
Well, back you up.
Yep.
Back here.
I'll bring up the rear.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay,
You're doing great. I can't find my leg.
Here's my thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and make a shot at just a straight up stealth by myself.
Okay.
Just to try and get behind. So the general goal here is I'm going to try and sneak over here, right? See what's that way. And see if there's anything that way at all. If there isn't, then whatever. I'm going to like peek around the corner. If there isn't, then whatever. At least I have a new position to come at it from another angle. That's the general goal.
Well, be careful. Zombies are known for their perceptiveness.
That's not a true statement. So that's why I'm not super worried about this.
Wait a minute.
And I rolled a 19 on the dice.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Best sentinels.
Hold on. Let me check. Passive perception 8. Okay, just barely.
So my 24. So I like as previously indicated, I vanished. You don't even see me. I'm just.
You know what's funny? They're not the lowest perception in the room.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. I don't want to know. All right. So I successfully sneak over here. Do I see anything of note? You as a GM could just say I didn't design that area, and I'll be like, all right, there's nothing there.
No, I know what the area is. I just cut out this particular section for easier tiling. So you come around the corner and you see. It says under construction. No, you see
a baby
as
shark
far.
Baby shark. Sorry.
Wait,
You
underground?
can see. It actually goes a little ways, and the only reason you can see to the end is because of the phaserites that's lining up this cavern in the different colors. It probably goes several hundred feet before it ends at, well, it doesn't end, but you can see it turns to the right and to the left, and just barely to the left you can make out the edge of another one of those sturdy doors amongst a lot of fungi that is glowing so brightly it's almost brightly colored down there. Brightly lit.
Jeez. Okay. So are you gonna make me do another stealth check?
Not unless you're doing something.
I'm just heading back to the group.
If you're just headed back, no.
Okay. Massive phaserist fungus infection over there. I haven't seen one that bad. But there's also a door. Unfortunately, it looks like there's no other way to get through here. So for the immediacy, it's not useful. I'm hoping for like an alternate route or something.
Oh, you can go through the corpses, and there is this place.
Yeah, I could. I could do that. Anyway, so I'm thinking fireball.
I haven't
many of us
mastered
have
the
that?
fireball yet.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say. Unless the dog can throw fireballs, we're kind of out of luck.
Can you throw fireball, Bran?
No. I can only do one spell, but that's not it.
What's the spell?
I can cast sending.
Right, that would make sense given the circumstances. Listen, we all have our roles to play in the service of Great Bahamut. Some people throw fireballs. Some people talk to people. You know, it's all value. And while I'm talking, I'm just going to shove the dog towards the undead. It's like if you just
they taste bad. What?
Okay.
No.
I could do scorching ray.
Is that
I will
AoE?
fight them.
No, but it's multiple targets.
It is multiple target. So
And we're not in the line of fire, finally.
all right, so okay, let's restructure this question a little bit. I'm back here now. Do you want me to try and get in there before we go loud? Because I think I might be able to. Like get up next to that big guy, for example. Unfortunately, I don't have cleave. In fact, I don't know if cleave exists.
As a feat, kind of, yeah.
Is it the same?
It's really relegated to people using two-handed weapons, heavy two-handed weapons, and what it does is it gives you a bonus attack if you fell a creature.
Yeah.
So
kind of, but not really. All right. So do you want me to try and position before we go loud? Since I'm probably the only one who can sneak over and get in the middle of that. Kind of rogue, apparently.
I mean, as a monk, you're quick, but
monks are ninjas, so
you can disengage for free.
That's true. Yeah, I can't argue that. It's up to you.
Problem is if they do survive the turning, I don't really want to turn them towards you.
Well, no, they'll be feared though. which I don't remember what that gives me in gameplay stats, but in lore, I'd be cool with it because I just punch them as they go by. Attack of opportunities everywhere,
Yeah, you would get an attack of op as they go by. If you didn't down it in one hit, it would break the turn. Or you could ignore them and they just keep running, basically.
So are there actually 5 in front of us, or is there like 50?
The ones that are actually mobile on the ledge, there are 5 right here,
Okay.
or 4 rather, and then this crawling claw.
But you know what I mean, though.
Yep. There's various bits and stuff of them moving around in here, a lot of them, but you can tell it's not. There's not enough left of the parts to even do anything.
Gotcha. So you know what? I'll just commit to this, and you start with the turn, and anything that isn't destroyed, I can give a punch at, and we can at least clear out this initial thing. Then we can worry about the big guy. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay.
Make it
So I
happen.
will absolutely do another stealth check. I'm going to roll like a 1. You watch.
Yeah.
I would have to roll. You said their passive was 8? Because
Yes.
I would have to roll a 4 or under, or excuse me, a 3 or under to fail that.
Chance is not 0.
I rolled a 15. So
Okay. All right. So where are you heading?
so tell me when they see me.
Well, the zombies are not seeing you. They're autonomous machines. They will see if you if you dance on their head. I will give it to them, but
I kind of want to basically get like right there to the edge.
okay. Yeah. So you just slowly make your way, and it almost seems like as long as you move slowly, they don't really pay much attention to you.
I'm invisible.
Yeah, pretty much. As soon as they turn around, like your fist is raised a little bit higher, and then you just stop.
This takes a minute, but I get out here.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and wait a moment at this point because I'm kind of waiting for you to initiate. I'll like do a hand signal, like.
I guess roll initiative then, because
We're going to start it off, then yes.
All right.
Okay.
Do I see anything else from this additional vantage point? Just crap now.
Make me a perception check.
Hang on. I got a 13 on my initiative, just real quick. Okay, so my perception, so I rolled a 20 because of course I would roll that out now. When we get to combat, I'm gonna start rolling 3s and 4s. That's gonna be a 23 though.
Okay. So there's a couple of additional things that you notice in detail as you are on the lip of this pit. The first thing is that the ledge that this guy is on, it looks like there's jagged pieces of metal that have been poked into the wall, essentially making it very hazardous to climb up if you're not careful. But it's basically like he's gotten pen-sized pieces of metal and driven them halfway through in a lot of points. So not impossible, but if you didn't see them at first, it might hurt a lot.
Yeah.
The second thing is that you do pick out an individual corpse that you recognize in this pile. One of the deep gnome members of the caravan, fairly fresh corpse, is in the pile of corpses over here.
So I'm gonna make a mental map of that guy and keep track of him over there. Hopefully not lose it during the course of the fight.
Okay.
All right, I rolled a 13.
All right. What about everybody else?
17.
17 as well.
Oh.
I think we did this last time, and Liam has the better dexterity.
Yep, you're actually in the correct positions already.
Boom, done.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, I am going to. I think I need to move up more. Yeah. I'm going to need to get like here. And I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at 3rd level.
Okay.
So I get 4 attacks with that.
Okay. So before you start rolling those, go ahead and roll me a D100 as the phaser is surges when you cast that.
And so it begins.
And so it begins.
We're back.
Hey, we're going to get that unicorn yet.
Yeah, maybe.
26.
26. Okay.
Also, as I am readying this, I'm going to say a prayer to what's his name?
Your deity that you just revere.
What,
Oh,
Azuth?
Bob, the
Azuth,
dude face.
yeah.
Oh, whoever you are that grants me my abilities. Okay, so as you're casting this spell, your vision clears up quite considerably. You currently have advantage on perception checks that rely on sight as an eye appears in your forehead.
Ooh. The third eye.
And also, ew.
Yeah.
All right. So 4 attack rolls. So that's going to be a 26,
Oof.
a 15, a 12, and a 13.
Man, okay. And who are you pelting? The
One
guy?
to each of
one to each of these. Okay, well,
these guys.
they all hit. No problem. So I need some damage.
So that's 2d6 each.
So pew pew pew.
5, 9, 7. Thought I had one more d6. Apparently not. 6.
Did I miss the fourth one?
5, 9. What was it? 7 and 6.
5, 9, 7, 6. Okay. Yep, I just missed the first one actually. Okay. So 1 to each of them.
Yes.
All right. So, yep, the scorching rays rocket into them. They all hit, and it blows pieces off of them, but they still seem to be animated. For that, they are still up. Although, especially the one that you hit with the 9 looks fairly badly hurt. All right, so you hit that, and the Darrow just screeches like you hit him, and he says, "My creations know. Worked so hard on those."
Oh, that's bad. But that's the end of my turn.
Yep, Teston.
All right.
Thornbrigger says, "Yes!" as he round the corner. Yes!
Yes, it's time.
Makes a chainsaw sound.
The Emperor. Oh, wait.
Wait, no, wait a minute. You will all face Cuillin for his judgment. Grab the symbol.
Okay. So we've got a 30-foot of get out of here coming out of you. All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's going to hit all the zombies up here in this ledge where you're at. Sounds like it's probably what you want.
What I'm hoping for.
All right. So I have to make, what is it? Wisdom saving throws.
I believe so.
Speciality of zombies. They are so wise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, perception is based off of wisdom too. Okay.
So they're doing great.
Well. Okay. So, I have not made a single one of those saves.
Oh.
My highest I had was a 7, honestly.
Okay.
So as you hold your symbol, they burn and they turn to dust, as they were only CR 1/4. And the Darrow just starts weeping openly. You know how hard I worked to perfect that? No. Not very hard. It took me a day, but
At least 20 minutes.
all right.
Have you seen Scott Pilgrim, the movie?
Yes.
Do you know how long this took? Oh. Sorry.
3 hours. All right. We're skipping him because he's technically surprised, and He's sobbing right now. So Mark,
all right, they're all dead.
The one right next to you got burned and dusted.
Sorry about that.
That's good. I'll bottle up some for later.
Oh.
Yeah, you do notice that, like, as this turns the dust kind of like releases phasers, like it was like binding them together, and now it's no longer.
Interesting. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be really stupid.
Oh, fun.
I love being stupid. It's one of my favorite things to do. So what I'm going to do, and I'll ask you, so the first thing I'm going to say, for Bahamut and for Dawnbringer, and I'm going to lunge and jump down, and I want to basically land on or next to the ogre.
Right. On or next, which one do you want to do? One includes a grapple, one does not.
Does grapple help me shove?
Not well. If you want to shove him, you can do it as part of your leap down.
See, the goal is I want to impale him on this wall.
Oh, oof. That's a pretty far distance to take him.
It is. That's why that's why I'm asking.
Being grappled to him would not really help you shove him. No.
All right, so we're gonna just.
Okay. Yeah, you monk slow fall slide down the side of the pit,
and then I'm gonna do a strength check
against an ogre zombie. Let's go.
I got this. Let's go.
Ooh.
I'm ready.
Strength athletics. Check.
Actually, hang on. Would it be more advantageous to try and trip him, assuming trip attacks are even a thing in 5th edition, and then drag?
Given your size as a dwarf?
Yeah, that's right. I should be at a penalty for pushing, too. Is tripping a thing? Let's rewind. Is tripping a thing in 5th edition?
It is. It functions basically the same. It's like shove over, basically. Okay. There's special things that like battle master fighters can do that are basically better, but obviously that's not this. So it's basically just like a strength athletics, and you like knee him and trip him over. It would be easier to drag him that way. So the way mechanically it works is this: you'd trip him over, and then you'd have to actually grab him and drag him. And that's 2 checks, but he's going to have disadvantage on the actual grab and pull if he's on the ground prone.
Well, I think regardless of other circumstance, I'm going to go ahead and try for the trip.
Okay.
As an initiator. So jump down and I land and I do the sweep the leg, Johnny.
Yep.
Now this, I told you my bad roll will start coming in. This is going to be a 13.
Okay. You can still make it, but he's strong.
Yeah.
Strong like there. And he rolls a 17 strength.
Yeah.
So he buckles for a second, but he's just solid. All right. So that replaces one of your attacks. So you still have your rest.
That's true. I do still have the other attack, which I'm going to do it again. I'm going to make one more trip.
Okay.
I noticed he hasn't gone. I was like, oh, right. Need to brace myself first.
Yep.
Now we go for it.
Lift with the legs.
Barely better. That's going to be a 15.
All right. Your braced attack succeeds, and he trips.
Holy crap. Boom.
Clump.
All right.
A bunch of corpse bits go everywhere. So he is prone on the ground.
Unfortunately, I'm out of everything at this point. So, I mean, I could do a bonus UA action because there's
your bonus would basically be your grapple and move.
I might as well
if you want
punch him. Oh no, that's true. You're right. I could use the bonus to do the grapple, couldn't I? I'll do it.
Yeah.
Grab his leg.
All right. So he does a disadvantage on this.
Whoop! Drop the dice. Oh, geez, where'd it go?
Figure 4 leg lock.
We aim to please. That's not great. That's a 12.
All right, we actually tied.
God. He wins though because he has a better strength bonus.
Well, it's basically just no change. So you're on him on the ground trying to grapple with him. Yeah, so it's close. But I mean, this guy has just for comparison, his strength is 19. So you're not grappling with somebody who's particularly weak.
I mean, yeah, he's an ogre, but
yeah, and all the pain stuff to make them do stuff doesn't even work on this guy.
Yeah, he's just ignoring it. Anyway, I guess it's his turn next.
Well, I mean, they're still in their surprise round, so let me get the zombies out of here because they're all dead. Oh no, there's still one left. He's a claw.
As I say, no, there's the one dude that I just kind of left alone because I wanted to go after the big guy. Oh yeah, Ront still has an action too.
Ront.
And so does Bren.
Ah.
I got him for you, Ron.
Yeah,
I got
he
him
runs
for
in
you.
and they fall to dust in front of them. He's like, oh.
Ron, here.
Can he close that much distance?
I don't think he can.
Where do you start?
He started from here.
Yeah, I don't think he can.
Probably only gets to about here, even at a double move.
Unless he does a jumping attack from there, like a running jumping attack.
He can get there because he has his orc aggression.
Okay.
As a bonus action, he can double move and still has an action. So he basically, yep. So he can make an attack at advantage because of his game.
Get a 20. It doesn't matter on zombies for some reason.
It does
Gelatinous veins.
11.
11. 11 does hit, believe it or not.
Wow.
Is a D12 or D8?
It is a D12 for him.
D12. Okay.
D12 plus 4.
16.
16. Whew. Maxed out. So a big chunk of ogre zombie goes flying off. This thing still looks like it's got a lot of fight left in it, though. It doesn't even seem to notice it.
That's disconcerting.
Mm-hmm. Bren steps up to the plate.
All right. It's all you, doggy.
All right, doggy, you got this. I guess am I controlling?
You can if you would like.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay.
I don't know his personality that well yet.
He goes in here.
Cast sending.
I'm about to die.
Again.
What?
Yeah.
He unfortunately does not have orc aggression, but you see Bren like just leap over here and slide down like that dog slide down the side of the slope and end up next to the zombie threatening him. Oh,
While
actually,
I'm still grappling, I reach out and get a scritch.
Thank you. All right, Liam.
Don't hit any of us. Hit the big guy.
This Darrow, meanwhile, is just getting over his little sobbing fit, and
Kill the Darrow.
He looks PO'd.
Kill the Darrow.
Can I see
I'm
the
gonna
Darrow
kill
from
you.
here?
Yes.
Okay.
He is dimly lit, but you can see him. Just go ahead, cast the spell. I dare you.
You missed where he already did. Okay.
Wizard. Talentless hack.
Wow. That's just mean.
Okay, so I can actually see that guy. Ooh, you know what? Yeah. I'm going to cast Ice Knife at the Darrow.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll me a D100 as the phasers flares as you cast this. Yes, embrace it.
16.
16.
Oh no.
Wow. So as you cast the spell, you see some phasers flow into you.
Oh god.
And you feel actually pretty sturdy. This seems to be kind of what the zombies were experiencing. So for the next minute, you regain 5 hit points at the start of each of your turns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're just glowing with phasers now. You've got a third eye. You're glowing with phasers.
Nice.
That's great.
This isn't even his final form.
Yeah.
I know.
All right. So
Ice Knife. Okay.
that's a unnatural 20 to hit.
Oof. Okay. Yeah, he raises up his arm to shield himself, but it just impacts him solidly.
And then he needs to make a dex.
That I'm okay at.
Yeah.
Except on Thursdays. So I have a 9 to hit.
A 9 for your dex save?
Or yeah, 9 for my dex save. Sorry.
Okay. That is not enough.
I'm not doing good on saves today.
All right. So 1d10 piercing and then 2d6 cold.
Okay.
10 and... so that would be a 10 on the 1d10.
Okay.
And a 6 and a 4 for the 2d6. So 20 points
of damage. All right. So he lowers his arm and it's got splinters all in it. He looks beat up after that. It looks like he got on the wrong end of a porcupine. He does not look too healthy after that, but he's still standing.
You did ask for it.
I did, didn't I?
To be fair.
It's okay. I've got tricks of my own in just a second, but first it's Taston's turn.
Oh, wait. I forgot we're at the top of the round. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, it's my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I will move up. So is the challenge rating based on size or on just the
combat effectiveness of them, essentially, how dangerous they are. Size can play a part, but it doesn't always.
All right, I'm gonna.
If you'd like, I'd like you to make a religion check if you would want to see if this is something you could potentially turn.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with that.
Or destroy, rather. You know, you can potentially turn it, but
15.
15. Okay. Based on your experiences, you probably cannot destroy this ogre zombie outright, but you definitely have a chance of turning it. It would be at a save, basically. The claw you could just like look at and it would blow up.
Just wondering if it'd be better served, considering where I'm at a distance, to do Sacred Flame.
Yeah. Although, do you have 2 turns at this level?
I didn't think we did.
What level are you? Sorry, 6.
6.
Okay, yeah, you do. Sorry, yep, you do. You have 2 channel divinities.
Okay, so I can do Destroy Undead and kill the claw, and then, or no, that's a range one. Okay, so I can do. I could do Sacred Flame on the ogre zombie, and then do Destroy Undead and catch the crawling claw. Am I understanding that correctly?
Those would be 2 separate actions, so it'd have to be in subsequent turns.
Okay. So maybe I'm not understanding the 2 turns.
So Channel Divinity, which is your turn undead, is an action, and Sacred Flame is also an action.
Okay.
So you can do both on the same turn.
Okay. So I'll just do Turn Undead, since this will automatically catch the crawling claw, and see what impact that has on the ogre zombie.
Okay. Well, the crawling claw fails its save, and as you predicted, it just dusts itself. The ogre zombie, what do you need the roll for? Okay. So as your channel divinity washes over it, it starts thrashing around. Mark, you can tell this thing is no longer just fighting to like push you off, but is fighting to get away. It seems to have been turned and is trying its best to just run from Taston.
You made him a bit wrigglier.
Well, hopefully, if nothing else, that provides 3 attacks of opportunity as he tries to vacate.
That be's true. Okay, all done, Taston?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So this Darrow up here, he just has all sorts of contempt for Liam right now. He only has eyes for you.
Well, I got 3 for him.
Well, yeah. And he raises his staff in the air, and he starts chanting and has to roll on the wild magic table. As he casts the spell, Liam, you are intimately familiar with what he begins casting because it starts with lightning and ends with bolt.
Ah.
All right, where's my other thing? But first, let's see what wild magic has. With my rolls lately, this will just be something like he kills himself. So we'll see what happens. Oh.
He casts power word kill on himself.
No, actually what happens is as he's casting the spell and the lightning discharges from himself, he increases in size. Like you see him gain like a good half a foot.
Sure.
So he is doing the Kamehameha and powering up. But yeah, so we'll. This is just directed at Liam. Sorry, you ticked him off.
Okay.
As this thing streaks across, and Liam, please make a dexterity saving throw against this.
That would be an 18.
18. That has saved, so you only take half of this. I don't know why I'm telling you this. You know how this works.
For the viewers.
It's a pretty decent one, though.
Uh-oh.
This was a good one to save on for sure. Because that was actually a 34-point lightning bolt. So down to 17.
Okay.
17 points of lightning damage. As it just crackles and discharges into the walls, you manage to dodge out of the way of the brunt of it. He's like, see? That's how you do it. And then he turns tail around and starts scrambling away. Doesn't make it very far. He's a Dero. He does not have incredible amount of movement speed, but you can see that he is trying to retreat from this mess. You do notice that although as he is moving through the phasers, it seems to just physically react to him, like he's moving through fog and it's being pushed aside, which isn't really something you've seen with creatures before. All right, next up, we have Mark. So Mark, you have a choice here. If you do hit this thing, it will end the turn early. But you can grapple it without consequence, or you can just leave it alone. It's up to you.
Yeah. You know what?
What?
He can't attack of opportunity right now, right? He's prone.
No, he cannot. He is prone. If he was just prone, he could, but since he's feared, he cannot. He cannot take any actions.
I would like to climb this wall, sir.
Okay. So there is a check to avoid getting all nicked up with this stuff.
Because we got the climb check and we got whatever else check you got for me.
Yes. The climb is actually not too bad.
So I got a 4.
On the climb check? All right. It's a little slow going. But there is actually a separate one to avoid getting pricked by this.
Well, let's see if we can roll a little bit better than that on the...
Where is it?
Better. It's an 18 on the dice, but...
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I don't know what I'm adding to it.
Yeah, it's technically a strength athletics, but 18 is way more than what you need. So yeah, so it's basically climbing it up half speed, but you manage to avoid getting yourself pricked on this stuff. So you take no slashing damage as you get up.
Now, can I double move this round?
Yes, you can.
So that would mean, hang on, so that's going to be 30 plus that, which is 50. So I have 30 left at this point. 15, 20, 25. 30. So I can basically get up to the here. Looks like.
Okay.
Can't actually reach him. Damn, one away. Oh well, done for it.
Yeah.
So I scramble up there.
It's metagaming. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say anything.
Okay.
All right then. Yep. So you're following him. He looks back behind him and he says, "Just leave. Haven't you done enough?"
You know, actually, hang on. I'm gonna go ahead and spend a key.
Oh, okay.
To get a bonus action of movement.
Oh, step of the wind. Okay.
I
mean, you got plenty to get to wherever you want to.
Yeah, it's like I want to basically get on the other side of him. I want to get in front of him as he's running.
Okay.
So I'm probably have to go all the way around to do that, but I think I have enough movement to do that.
All right. Now he is screeching to a halt as you run around in front of him.
I'm ready for clotheslining. I'm ready. I can't actually do anything, but I'm ready to clothesline him.
All right. So
I should add a clothesline attack to the other game.
Clothesline attack.
Just people go by
clothesline.
funk as they're going by, you know. Anyways.
right, so this ogre zombie, when he gets up and he starts running. Does Ront and Bren want to take an attack of op?
Thinking Ront would.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, Ront, God dang, should probably go for that more than Ront.
In that case, Bren will as well.
Ront rolled a 7.
On the die?
Yep.
Bonus, that still hits.
Really? Dang.
Yeah. My AC, just to get it out there, my AC is 8.
Okay.
I was going to do the Scooby Ront roll.
Oh no, I was thinking about that. 10 for damage, 6 on the dice.
Damage. Okay. Okay, and the Celestial Dog will clip him as well for 7 piercing damage. And technically he's got this. He has to make a strict saving throw or be knocked prone by the bite, as he basically grabs his leg and pulls him down like dogs do. He makes it easily though, so he just shakes and run off. So he gets a little bit of this way, and then he takes the damage, and it breaks the fear. And so he'll be back next round. That zombie is gone. So we'll just take that out, and then Ront has his turn proper.
All right, then. Well, he's going to close the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 11 on the die.
Still hits.
And for damage, that's 5.
Okay. Taken. And then Bren will give chase. Try and bite him. Hits him again, tears off pieces. It tastes terrible.
It's the worst.
Ugh. And try to trip him again. Does not manage to. It'll be a cold day when that probably happens to an ogre zombie, but things can happen. All right, Liam, is your move.
I hate to make Mark
Die.
No, not die, but
Wow.
worthless. But
Not much better.
yeah, I'm gonna risk the Phaserus again and cast my last Scorching Ray.
Okay. All right, here it comes.
66.
66. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So,
I knew it was too good to last.
Yeah, it was too good to last. So as you start catching the Scorching Ray, the remnants of that lightning bolt seems to have still collected in the Phaserus, and it reverses into you and shoots out. So up to 3 creatures. Well, you get to choose, though. That's no fair. All right, up to 3 creatures you choose within 30 feet have to take 4d10 lightning damage, which I think actually does exclude. It actually does exclude this group, so it's just trying to decide on the wording of this. It says up to, so I guess you can technically choose.
I mean, it feels like that should be a.
Yeah,
I hate to say this,
it's your
but
decision.
I like the idea more though that he just zaps Taston 3 times.
That might kill him.
I'm not the closest to him. Is that why?
No,
it's just an option, It's something to think about.
Just immediately fry me for no reason.
Could you imagine? All right, I got this. Hang on, and then just
Palpatine,
the power of the dark
yeah,
side.
Exactly.
Yeah, just
great, fantastic.
Oh God, you can heal yourself, right? Not if I'm
Not
already
anymore.
dead.
How healthy are you, Taston?
I'm at 30. I'm at 30 hit points.
Okay, we're about the same.
He can live that. He can live through that.
How much damage is it again?
It's for one creature. It's 40/10.
Yeah, he can live through that.
But
That's 4 to 40 damage.
I thought I could split it up, or
Well, yeah. So it's an AOE, right? Up to 3 creatures of your choice within 30 feet of you take 40/10 lightning damage.
but it can't be me.
No, it could be you. I mean, you could choose yourself if you'd like.
In fairness, Palpatine shooting himself with lightning is very on brand.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, like if I'm doing this strictly from a rules perspective, you technically do get to choose if they take it at all. Because normally when it says up to, you can choose 0. That's normally how that works. So if you just want to be mean, you can choose Taston and yourself.
Just all on fire.
Can you read that description one more time, please?
It says up to 3 creatures you choose, with you being you, the caster, within 30 feet of you, take 4d10 lightning damage.
Okay. So in that case, I would choose that each of us take half.
So 2d10, 2d10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
We
Is
can
there any
both survive
saving
that.
involved? I know. I was going to say, is there any saving involved?
No.
All right. Okay, let's do this.
I'm guessing it breaks my concentration and I don't get to cast the spell.
No, the spell still goes off.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yeah. So you want to roll the 2d10?
No.
Okay. You want me to roll the 2d10?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh, 20. No.
Yep, there it is.
No, it's 7.
So we each take 7?
That is correct.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep, that's not as bad.
Yeah.
No. I roll a 5 and a 2. So. And then the scorching ray goes off. So.
Okay. Ouch.
There are a few on here which would interrupt it, but that's not one of them.
All right.
So it's like the worst carpet friction shock you've ever had.
Yeah.
It just sucks, but doesn't do a lot of damage.
Like all those miles of, rubbing his feet on the ground as he was
Yeah.
going down the tunnels just all came out at once.
So 23, 21, and 16 to hit.
You got me.
All 3?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 9, 9, and 7.
So 25 total. Okay, Mark, you go out to clothesline this guy, and he just falls into your arms. He is not moving. He has several holes in him.
I snap his neck just to be sure.
Never can be too careful.
Yeah. So
That's,
Liam,
that's my knee-jerk reaction.
yeah, Liam, you bullseye this guy, and he goes down hard. He doesn't even make a sound. You just snipe him.
Is there any demonic power in him?
Yes.
One track mind.
Okay. This feels very familiar. The last time you felt this
Yes,
type of power was back in Sloop-a-Doo.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh, whatever. I just chowed out.
Liam, with your third eye, you see him up there. You know what he's doing.
I think you got him. I'm like trying to hide it. Or hurt your girl.
I'm comforting him.
He's supposed. I'm like a vampire who's trying really hard not to show that I'm drinking his blood. It's like, oh, this poor guy.
Well, before we get too excited, there is still
Really, Mark? Really?
I'm hungry. What?
Thank you, Tazara. That's awesome. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for that sub.
Aston, it is your turn.
Wait,
All right.
what? Oh, right. There's the ogre.
Yeah, there's still the ogre. We're not
Right,
done
right.
yet. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm done. I've got what I wanted out of this encounter. I'm good.
You sniped the caster, but there's still the bag of HP there.
All right, and
I've not gotten to go. There's been so much surprise and debilitating effects that I haven't gone yet.
I
I'm going
take
to
full
cast
credit for that.
Sacred Flame.
Okay. Oh man, I'm awesome at dex saves. Watch this. Boom. -2.
What? That's what?
He jumps into it.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Yeah, he tries to take it with his face and it doesn't work.
Or it
what's
works
my
all
damage?
too well.
Yeah, exactly. That's 7 points of radiant damage.
7 points of radiant damage. Okay, so that sizzles him, and he actually has like a visceral reaction to this. Like that radiant damage, quote unquote, hurt, and you can see he's starting to lose his animation, but he's still up. Do you want to move anywhere?
I still have movement left.
You have. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even see you move down there. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I used my movement to get to that point.
Yep. No. Mark,
that's
do you
my turn.
want to use your action to consume, or do you want to?
Oh no, I'm hungry.
Okay.
Hungry.
So you actually visibly see some effect at this point. As you're almost eating like phasers from him, which is coming from him to you.
But I don't cast magic, so I'm okay. Everything's cool.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure. Go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, Jesus. For those of you at home, my charisma is 10.
Still one of the better charismas in the group.
Yeah, sadly.
I've got a 13. What are you talking about?
I said one of them.
Oh, thank God. It's an 18.
I've got a +1.
It's 18. Okay.
18 on the dice.
So
That's +0.
Yeah, so this is all too familiar. You were resisting the same effects back in Sloop-a-Doop when you were doing this. And this guy is not a continuous source of it. It's just, one round and it's over. But you're like, that's definitely the same type of Demogorgon stuff.
That's bad. That's really bad. Guys,
we'll talk about his stuff after this battle.
we need to talk after. Did you kill that thing yet?
Working.
No, it's its turn. I get to go.
Real quick, do I get an extra demon charge out of that?
We'll talk about it right after the battle because that's one of the options, but you want to hear the other one. So this guy is like, oh man, I get to go. He picks up a corpse from right next to him and starts swinging it wildly at the two creatures in front of him. So that's either Ront or Bren. And he is not really selective. And he goes after Ront. So he swings it around and rolls a natural 1. As he swings the corpse around, it actually breaks off in half, so he just ends up whiffing completely and loses his weapon. He is just having a bad day. And it is Ront's turn.
All right. I'm just going to take another swing.
But thank goodness he's immune to poison. I mean,
Rod gets a 4.
4 plus 4, still a hit. Or plus 6, actually, is still a hit.
He just wings the sword at him and still hits him. Great. 16.
How? Why? Okay. Still up. Not looking very good, but
he actually died 2 rounds ago, but there's like, I'm giving him more HP until he gets to take an action.
This will not work, yeah.
I'm really not. I am playing it straight average HP. Bren tries to take a bite out of crime. And manages to hit. There's some more chunks out. For a total of 6, and tries to drag him down to the ground. Let's see if this works this time. Survey says no. Bren's just hanging on the leg right there, just constantly gnawing on it. Liam. Everybody just kind of stops and to see if he'll cast another leveled spell.
Can I ready an action to dive for cover?
Maybe. We'll see what happens.
Chill touch. It's the cantrip.
Yep. So cantrips, as we've already found out earlier in the combat, don't actually trigger this.
Yeah. That would be a 21 to hit.
Jeez. Yeah.
And how much damage does that do again? 1d8. 8.
No. Oh, he's looking so bad.
Is that right?
No, because you actually get another D8, don't you?
2d8 necro damage. So 10.
10 total. Okay. This guy is looking so bad, but he is still up. He's barely holding on.
But I did gain 5 temporary hit points.
Right. Daston.
All right.
You got this, Dawnbringer.
Oh, this is a special
Step
treat
around.
for Dawnbringer.
You got this.
It's time.
Natural one. You're great.
Dawnbringer breaks.
13.
Oh, yeah.
9 points of radiant damage.
9 points of radiant damage. And believe it or not, that was just barely enough. And because it is radiant damage, it does not get a save against this. So Dawnbringer slice. Yeah, so normally, unless it's a crit or a radiant damage, they get a con save. So they remain standing.
Oh, okay.
But if it's not, then they just go down. So Dawnbringer slices through it. There is no regeneration, and it just collapses on a heap on the floor. And the Phaserus flows out of it and back into the ambiance. And there seems to be no more enemies here for the moment.
Are any of the other parts that were moving before still moving?
They are. They're still just twitching and not really doing much, but they're still moving. Although I will say that there is a very clear 30-foot radius circle around a certain area where Channel Divinity was cast, which completely stopped that animation. So, like casting back where you cast it, like back here, there's like this, almost like this obvious line of effect right here, where it stopped right around here.
Okay.
But past that, yes, there is still like, bits and pieces of fingers and corpses that have fungi just going all through them, which are just twitching and can't really move. Things like that. All right.
I think it's time for another fire.
I was gonna say, how's the ventilation in this particular area?
Wait! Don't burn him yet! Don't burn him yet. I recognize someone down there, and I point him out.
Okay.
There is indeed a member just around here who has some has a bit of a mushroom starting to grow on him, who is wearing, maybe you didn't know this individual like particularly well, but looks fresh and has the same clothing as the people who were in the Deep Gnome caravan that you came down with.
Oh my God, that's von Falkenstein. I remember him. He had just finally figured out how to play checkers. It had been something, his whole life's goal was he was trying to figure out how to play. He couldn't figure out the rules. Poor Von. This man needs a burial. A rifle through his pockets.
Wow.
It seems like somebody has already done so.
Okay, burial. Burial. We need to. I hoist him over my shoulder. Is he moving?
He's twitching.
I hold him out at a distance.
Oh, good.
And I kind of dangle him. Dangle.
Taston, you are proficient in medicine, so I will just give you this for free. You can tell this guy died in armed conflict. You actually see like a rip opening on his, not breastplate, but leather armor on the front, where it looks like a knife went into him and was probably the killing blow. A knife or some sharp object like that.
He'll be stone dead in a moment.
Yeah, exactly. So, does General Riposte work after the fact if they're not fully undead, or is which side of the undead spectrum is he on? Since he's twitching, but he's not fully undead.
Good question. Go ahead and make me either a religion or an arcana check. This kind of has to do with the phase risk as well.
Religion it is. 13.
13. You suspect that it is probably technically an undead at the moment, so gentle repose would not function. But it's kind of a partial, right? You know from your turn undead that does stop it from happening, based on what you see back there. So yeah, you'd probably have to do the same thing to him or wait for it to wear off before gentle repose would work.
Okay.
Now it would protect it from further decay. It would just still be undead if you did it right now.
It's kind of like out of respect for the caravan group that we traveled with. I'd want to stop him from being undead. So
yeah, I'm with this. We need to give this poor man peace, or its body, anyways, because his soul's probably not here. Hopefully, I don't know how this whole undead thing works. I'm not familiar with that.
It'd be very weird if his soul was still there.
I mean, there's ways to do that in Faerun.
There are, but you're
not
There's
at
a
all.
lot of Faerist around here.
probably not this particular individual.
Okay.
Because of stock standard necromancy. Which is not, I guess, but well.
Anyways, point being.
Yeah.
I basically just say we should prepare a place to bury him, and then bury him. I'll cast Sacred Flame to fix that whole undead issue, and then we'll bury him.
Okay.
Call it good.
So I'll continue holding him for a minute while we. I'm going to get out of the pile of corpses while you burn the rest of them to the ground.
Okay. This is going to be a large fire. You probably do not want to be in this room.
Yeah, I'm over here.
As a matter of fact, this actually might be bad for the cave overall.
Bren's over here with me too.
Yeah.
Liam's over here.
What did you see around the corner?
A whole lot of phase risk mushrooms and a door.
Oh, I will say this, Liam, since you have that third eye, you have advantage on sight for the moment.
Uh-huh.
There is something that you spot amongst the glittering, not the glittering, but the corpse pile.
Yeah.
Glittering corpse pile. What?
Yeah. No, this is actually a fresh thing because this was off of the crawling claw that got dusted. It had a ring on which did not dust with it.
Okay.
It is glittering.
I will definitely go inspect that.
Okay. It looks like the band is pretty plain, but it's clean, kind of a golden color. What strikes you as interesting maybe is it has what looks like a little circle, a ball of obsidian in it. But as you look at it a little bit closer, you recognize that it's the same material as those obelisks that you have seen before, that obsidian-like material.
Ooh.
You can tell without even making a check, since you're proficient in Arcana, this thing is definitely magical.
I'm going to pocket it for now.
Okay. You pocket it.
As much as I hate to say it, guys, I'm definitely in need of a rest. I do not feel comfortable risking getting into another battle.
I could agree to that. We should find a safe place to set up for a bit and rest, and then I can heal everybody.
Much as I hate to say it, we've got this raised ledge over here.
You have you smelled lately?
Prestidigitation.
No.
No, that's fair. That's
Of
fair.
course.
Okay.
Can I
So
get that
no,
too?
no, he has not.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Leave it to the wizard.
Okay. I mean, it's not a. This is like got to be the 13th worst place we've stopped for a rest in this whole Underdark so far.
So it'll be perfect.
All right. No, yeah, let's scooch up here.
So, Mark, back to that draw that you did.
Yeah. So in the past, meanwhile.
So you have some choices there. The first is, as you guessed, you get another benefit of your Demon Hunter ability. Just get another charge of that. You can also choose to boost up one of your existing Jubilex abilities. It'll be random, but you can choose that, or you could try to draw a little more on Demogorgon's power and start down that path as well.
Oh my god, I have talent trees. All right, so
I will tell you this: Demogorgon's followers are typically lone killers driven by mad by whispering voices of their master. So that's kind of where you're going down if you do that.
But power.
Yep. No, it's very powerful. Demogorgon's really powerful. Like,
yeah,
this stuff is great.
And I'm going to do so many good things with this power of murder and death. So. That is actually a tough one. So when you say it's going to be random, if I pick the Jubilex thing, random which one's boosted, random by how much, or both?
Random which one is boosted. Now there are actually some Jubilex things you don't have, so it may just be.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, because
I'll tell you this: there's 4 things in here, and you have 2 of the things.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty torn on that. The player in me really wants to try out the Demogorgon track. But that's just such a bad idea from every angle.
It really is.
Yeah, I mean, no.
Terrible. Like, I assume in universe, I know enough about demons to be like, oh.
This is how cults start.
Oh. So you know what? Yeah, as much as I'd love, can I know? Because I'm gonna commit to it right now. I'm never gonna go down the Demogorgon path. Can I know what I would get?
Sure. If you're forever committing not to do it, then sure.
Yeah, lock it in.
There are 3 things that you can get. The first one is actually an ability score boost.
Not bad.
To either strength, charisma, or both. The second one are some innate spellcasting things. One is starting from first to second to third. It's charm person, enlarge, reduce, or vampiric touch.
Wow.
And the pinnacle thing is, and this is when you go so mad that you just have advantage on saves, on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saves, because you literally have just gone mad, so you can bounce that stuff off.
Yeah, no.
But at that point, you're literally finds yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna go with the Jubilex boost.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a D4.
D4. Hang on.
Yeah. I will not accept a D8 divided by 2. It must be a D4.
Oh, well, the good news is I think I do own a D4. Yep, there it is, right there. That is a 1, of course.
Okay. All right.
I now have ooze just coming out of me at all times, and it's highly flammable.
Ooh.
No. That's bad.
I'll say this. This is actually pretty pro because this guy was kind of under the same effect. So you do feel like just in general stronger, like you are more able to take a bit of damage. You can feel, however, on the edge of your mind, a bit of a nastiness, like when you're real tired or when you're unfocused, you just like lose thought sometimes.
Okay.
You can kind of feel that, although your monk training is more than well enough to ward that off for now. But yeah, you feel great. You gain a +1 bonus to your constitution.
Okay.
But you definitely do feel some of that intelligence stuff starting to.
I'm sorry, I should clarify. My constitution is raised by 1, or my bonus is raised by 1?
Your constitution is raised by 1.
That's what I thought. Okay, let's make sure. I'm at 17 now. That's okay.
Wonder Twin powers activate. form of a flaming trash pile.
Mm.
All right. I don't know about you guys. I'm wiped. So I'll take first watch.
So the question is, are you taking a short or a long rest?
Wizard?
Mhm.
As much as I don't want to,
You're
I
terrible. No,
I
in
think we need
universe,
a
I'm
long
like,
one.
why do you
Yeah.
always need so much rest? I don't understand. Is this a wizard thing? Let's go. Just find a chunk of phase rest, drain all the magic out of it,
What? No.
regenerate yourself. It'll be fine.
Technically, that could work.
I'm not a banker, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so yeah, I guess a long rest. I need to heal. How do we heal on long rest? I'm sorry, I never remember.
So if you're doing a long rest, that does put your HP back to full, and if you spent any hit dice, you get half of your max back, which I don't think anyone has. So those would just be there. And of course, everything refreshes with a long rest.
Oh, yeah. What's my madness counter at since I just boosted?
Well, you made your charisma save, so you don't have.
Okay.
And that's what that was for.
Making sure.
But I will tell you this: Jubilix has this kind of weird thing with hers, where the further down you go the path, I mean, you can actually just end up brain dead.
Oh wow!
I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
I need the power.
I mean, hey, slimes don't need brains. You don't need a brain. It works out.
That is true.
Okay, so you said you were taking first watch, Mark.
Yep, I got this.
All right. We'll go ahead and make me a good old perception check then.
Roll a 2. So that's a 5 total.
Okay. Well, what's your passive then? Because it can't go.
My passive is 13.
Passive is 13. Okay. Oh, by the way, Liam, after a couple minutes, that third eye does wear off.
Bummer.
Well, I mean, only the wizard would say that, I guess. But
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, thank God. Oh, it's gone. That itched. Ugh. Fierce.
Okay.
The whole time I've just been staring at Mark.
Inches away.
Tired? Don't you need to get some rest, Liam?
The third eye never sleeps. It never blinks.
Okay, I'll just be over here eating my demons.
Seize your soul.
There are some whisperings at a certain point in time. Like, it sounds like somebody talking down the tunnel, but it occurs for just about 10 seconds and then nothing.
Oh, I'm totally investigating.
Okay.
I abandoned the group. No, I turned to Bren, who is not resting, I assume, because he's a celestial dog. Is he capable of rest?
I mean, immunity to exhaustion. Nope, he doesn't need to go rest.
Yeah, so I'll be right back. I need to go check something.
Gonna Chuck Norris that. He just waits.
What are you checking? Do you need me to go with you? Did you hear
No,
something?
we need to make sure that people are safe. But I mean, I could go or you could go check. It's one of us needs to go check on this. It's up to you. I'll let you decide.
What? I'd be willing to go check, but what are we checking on?
Did you hear that? Aren't you a dog? I don't
he shakes his head.
I don't say that.
I mean, he perks up his ears like he does the whole thing, but
I thought I heard something. I just want to make sure there's nothing going on just down the cave in the direction that I heard it from.
Oh, I see. Well, I will stay here and make sure nothing happens while they're sleeping.
Okay. I will roll a stealth check. I rolled very well. It's a 21.
Okay.
And I tumble stealth.
Yep. You just cartwheel the entire way down there.
Yep, the whole way. It's really quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Silent cartwheel.
Yeah.
No one expects it.
Nope. No, see, it's a charisma stealth because they look at it and they're just so confused. They just go.
I'm just imagining.
Why would?
What's his thing's name? The robot Tars from that what is the movie called? Interstellar.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you go down there. You take a peek around. Nothing.
Just to be clear, you're talking about this one, right?
It just sounded like it came from this general area. There was really no pinpointing it. It was one of these tunnels. Yeah, you see the same thing that you saw back when you first went there. Yeah, you go back there and you see, hear, smell the same thing.
And this just
you do that for a couple more minutes.
I'm not actually joking. I do this in real life.
Well, you make me another perception check if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll make another perception because this is just like this is bugging me, especially now and with demons. So this is actually a much better roll. This is a 20 dead.
20. Okay. Nothing.
And finally, I'm like,
it's actually pretty quiet, aside from various water drippings and such.
all right. Go back. Liam, why are you over here? Come over here, you stupid wizard! God.
Who's sleeping with the phasers?
Well, you know what? That's a good idea. Get back over there.
Well, you can sleep with a phasers up on the ledge.
I throw him over the edge. All right, so I come back. I'm like, well, it was nothing. Maybe I'm starting to hear things. I've been eating a lot of demon energy lately, so could be what that is. And I'm, I admit this openly. I'm not actually joking. I say this to Brent. It's like I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm starting to lose myself.
Well, that's not good. Have you tried meditating?
That's a good idea. Let me meditate while I'm watching over their sleeping form. No, I haven't had a chance to meditate yet. That is a good idea, though. Good idea.
If you need time to center yourself, I'd be more than willing to watch.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll wait till it's my shift. I'll get some meditation and then some sleep.
Oh, okay.
Just wait. But if I start like screaming or like ripping out people's eyeballs, go ahead and tell me to meditate then.
Well, yeah. Don't worry. If you do go over the edge and there is no saving you, I will not hesitate to put you out of your misery.
Good. I don't think you're capable, but I do appreciate it.
Well, I will try, and that's the best anyone can ask.
Nothing personal or anything.
I'm sure you would prefer me to try than to not do anything.
Yeah, no, I do appreciate it. That's comforting. Thank you. I just wish there was some way to go down like another divine talent tree track that would just kind of supplant all this power with stuff that isn't going to drive me insane. But that's probably just the thoughts of a madman.
Ren just looks over at Taston and is like, "Well, that's it."
Yeah, but that's
multi-class to cleric.
He's so weak, though. No, the whole time Taston he's actually wide awake, just
like it's one of the things where you take the shades off and his eyes are just sweats.
He's just staring at you. Put the thing back.
Not gonna like that.
Put the dollars.
He can be kind of grouchy,
Okay, so
he's very fair.
Do I notice anything else during my shift?
No.
Okay. Who was taking second shift?
I could take it. Yeah.
Okay, so when you get up, I will mention the voices and be like, "Look, I didn't find Jack, and I tried, but I want you to be aware of that." Okay, I'm gonna meditate. Right. Maybe it was just me. Maybe I'm just going cuckoo. But I wanted you to be aware.
That's disconcerting. Okay.
Yeah. So if I start, if green flame starts coming out of my eyes,
green flame.
Don't worry.
Green flame.
Dawnbringer already wants to stab you. This is not going well.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna go meditate, and I go over and meditate before I rest.
Yep. So you meditate, and Dawnbringer whispers to you, Tasson. He was pacing and saying he was hearing voices. I don't think he knows this, but I don't sleep, so I heard everything.
Well, I know, but it's fine.
I never sleep. Insane.
Yeah.
You should strike. And he was saying all sorts of stuff about how, like, when he goes crazy, we have to kill him.
I know.
I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but
a bit.
I'll let you know when the time's right. All right.
About 5 minutes.
I swear, if you tell me you're hearing whispers too during your watch. Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Speaking of which.
Yeah, basically.
We're sleeping in Phasers. We're probably hearing from another dimension.
Bren is a permanent watcher too for all these things.
12.
12? Okay. I'm assuming your passive
I was going to say your passive's higher than that, isn't it?
My passive's 14, yeah.
Okay. Yep. And Bren got a 15, so you're about the same. Okay.
You hear whispers?
So, you hear whispers? No, you don't.
Oh.
Because the person who says something doesn't whisper.
Oh God.
It's okay. It's not like a hostile greeting or anything.
Yet.
But you hear first, and Brent actually perks up his ears just about the same time. There's a dog thing looking towards the source and perking up his ears as you hear what sounds like soft footsteps on rock coming from this direction. And just after you hear that, two Duragar round the corner. And they seem to be dressed for, I mean, there's no way to put it, they're dressed for fighting, but they don't seem to be in like a fighting mood at the moment. They're just walking. They have like leather armor on, although something that maybe strikes you odd is that they don't seem to have any weapons on them, although otherwise they're all armored up. But you don't see any like sheaths or axes or hammers or anything, or crossbows or anything like that. And of course, they see a bunch of people and a dog up here on the ledge.
Yeah, that's gonna say, do we stand out at all?
Yeah, and they stop. They don't seem super concerned, but when the lead one calls out and he says, hello there, you are new. You are who?
I wake up, lunge down, and attack them immediately.
Yeah, this obviously is a wake up thing.
Yeah.
It's, you are who? You are new.
Wait, real quick. Do you mind if I ask how far into this break we are? Because I'm curious how many spells Guido has now.
It would not have been a full long rest yet. So.
That's what I'm wondering. But is it like a, or is it just a ding at the end?
Because he does have to spend. He takes the rest and then he spends the time at the end doing the memorization.
Sleep, Guido. Go back to sleep.
I mean, unless this doesn't interrupt it. It's just unless there's like fighting for a long time or something like that. That's when that happens. Yeah, but they call out.
Yeah, we are somewhat new to the area. Yes, it's technically not a lie.
Man,
we're new to this area.
It's not a lie at all. So he says, you are with who? You are with who?
Do I understand what he's referencing?
Make me an insight check. Yeah. You're probably pretty good at those.
Yeah, I'm straight clueless. I rolled a 1, so I've got a total of 5. I'm confused by his dwarven ways.
Get an insight onto this?
I'm sorry?
Does Bren get an insight check here?
Oh, yeah, of course. And that's good enough. Bren kind of whispers to you, Tast, and he says, I think they're asking like what group or organization or something we're with.
Say Zakarum.
Is that the name of the drow?
No, I don't say that. Don't say that. It's a joke.
I was going to say, I don't know if we really want to say we're with the drow.
No. They're horribly evil.
Upido.
Yeah, we were with Bupida and we got separated.
You see the one in the back of the two of them seems to be a little bit alarmed when he hears that, and he pulls the other one aside and whispers into his ear. And the lead one says, you know Bupudo, huh? Okay. So you are with Bupudo, huh? Okay.
We have to kill these people now. I'm tired. I just got down. Jesus Christ. I'm actually saying all this out loud. And I'm just like, oh my God, I just finished meditating. I've already been hearing voices in my head and a sword, which is telling me, I can hear you, by the way. I was meditating. I wasn't asleep.
Right. We have no fight. We have no fight with Bupido. We have no fight with you. We will go.
Okay.
That's incredibly suspicious. We need to pursue this.
By chance, do you know which direction Bupido is?
You are with Bupido, but you You not know where he is.
We got lost.
Oh, yes. Yes. He thinks for a second, and you can see he looks down like all three of the directions that you have. And he says, "You want the easy way, or you want short way?"
Easy way.
So he
Go back to surface. Wait 3 weeks.
Exactly. Yeah.
So he points down the top tunnel there, and he says, "Go this way. You come to mushroom. You come to mushroom, and then you go right. Come to mushroom, go right." And then he pulls the other guy aside, and they whisper for a second. And then he says, "You go right. You come to another place, left and right, and you go right again. You keep going." And they whisper to each other again. And then he says, "Then you go through door. You see big door like when you came through, and then you at Buputo."
Okay. Thank you.
You at his mix place. He'd probably be there.
Me or something, probably.
He's a mixologist.
Okay.
Okay.
We leave now.
Okay.
And they continue down the top path. Both of them just looking 24/7 at the group as they pass by until they're out of sight. And then you hear them, the footsteps crunching on stone for just a second longer, and then it just stops.
Okay.
And Brent says, "Oh, Bahamut, I don't like this place."
I mean, it could be a setup.
It probably is of some sort. I just don't know if it's waiting around the corner to ambush us, or if they're just going to go and tell somebody.
Yeah.
Sleep faster.
Cause say so. We continue to wait to see if this all goes sideways.
Okay. The rest of the watch finishes out uneventfully.
Okay.
Nothing really extreme happens, so the rest is not interrupted.
Mine too.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Before we leave, I want to. I was going to say get a hold of Bryn, but I don't mean that literally. Yeah.
Why?
We've discovered he's not a dog person.
It looks like there's a passage back over in this direction. I was wondering if maybe you could squeeze down the tunnel there and see if it leads anywhere.
I was thinking about that. Answer is yes, I could. If you want me to go and you don't mind watching my back, then I'll do that.
I'm not sure that you want a spellcaster watching your back.
Well, about somebody who's not a denizen of this place watching my back.
If you don't mind, I'll go.
If you don't mind, could you? There's a bunch of fungi and dead bodies down there. Do you mind prestidigitating like hand cloth and tying it around my nose?
I'll take pity on the poor puppy.
Thank you. My smell's absolutely useless anyway, so I might as well smell something good. All right. So he kind of clambers down Goes down backwards, and then starts making his way over to this area. And you can see him start to get close to the ground and sneak around as he heads down the tunnel there. And you can kind of hear him a bit crunching over the bodies, but after a few seconds, it fades out when he goes down this place.
So, anyone ever see Old Yeller?
Oh,
and you never heard from him ever again.
oh, right, exactly.
Is Timmy down the well?
Let's see.
While that's happening, I'm going to start preparing this area to start a bonfire.
Okay.
Like any kind of clothing that's still burnable.
Yeah, there's a lot of clothing. It is actually burnable, and some of these mushrooms are flammable as well. You don't think you'll have a hard time keeping something going here, like especially once you get it going, it's going to burn for a while, right? You just don't want to be here for a while.
Yeah,
Ever.
I want to try and get the fire blazing as much as possible before we start putting the bodies on it.
Okay.
So that it'll go once it's going.
Okay. Yeah, it'll take some time to do so, because this is actually a pretty big job, but that gives him time to sneak down and come back, I suppose. All right, so you're doing that, and it takes a while. Like and he doesn't return until about 15 minutes after he heads down the tunnel. He comes back and he's got stuff all in his fur, like fungi and dirt and all sorts of stuff. He's obviously been squeezing through places
And bodies.
Yeah, and he reports back and says it actually goes quite a ways, and there's branches. You head down there about 200, 300 feet, and it branches off, splits left and right. I followed the left first. It goes into another branch. One of them's a dead end. The other one goes into what looks like a major hallway, and there's a bunch of fungi around there. I didn't go into it, but it does look like that is another path to that mushroom place with that gate that those Duragar fellows were talking about. But I think we could reach it from the other area. There's a bunch of phasers, so it looks like it's probably a continuation of this area. The other way goes back to a place we've already been before. If you recall, when we jumped those cultists with those bears in the pen, there's actually a passage which leads there, and another fork off of that, which I didn't head down because remember when you lit that fire and started blowing smoke down that crack? That's where it leads. That place is messed up. There's like nasty mushroom phasers soot all in that corridor. I could hear some voices coming down the other crack. So, I mean, I can head through there. I just don't know if it'll be great for my health. But whatever you did, it blew it into an inhabited place down there. Oops. I heard Undercommon like faintly down there. So it sounded a little bit like Darrow accent. So it's probably more of them.
Oh, well.
Oops.
So this is a place, if you're small enough, it looks like you can get around a little bit faster. I bet the Darrow used this a lot, but I wouldn't recommend y'all going down this. All right, so you've got a pretty good pile going here. Started to get the bonfire going, and then I guess just the rest of the time is piling bodies on top of there, getting it going, then leaving, huh?
Yep.
Okay. So a bit later, after everyone's a little sweaty from working, this place is going, and you head off, I'm assuming, down this direction?
Are we following the suspicious guards?
Theoretically.
I mean, honestly,
Okay.
it was our only real option to begin with, so it's whatever
Yeah.
at this point.
Mhm.
So when I'm debating when a good time would be to bury this guy, or have we already done that at this point?
I mean, you can do it at the same time. There's not really a place to quote unquote bury him here because it's like
Yeah, that's why I'm like, but he's still like. So okay, here's a weird idea. So Sacred Flame does fire damage, right?
does radiant
damage,
Oh,
but
it does radiant damage. That's actually even better. That's even better.
Mhm.
So I assume you Sacred Flamed him before you rested and restored your spell slots. He's dead.
I mean, it's a cantrip, so technically yes.
He's like, okay, and I'm gonna like wrap him up in a tarp, and that's just gonna be a burden I'm gonna be carrying for a bit now. Until we find a place I can actually burn.
Oh, we're not burying him down here. Okay.
Yeah, he deserves better than this.
Okay. That's fair.
Also, I want to eat his demon essence, but
Yep, there it is. I knew there was a reason.
Listen, I'm hungry.
Sorry, he has no demon essence at all.
Damn it! Did any of the corpses? I leap into the fire.
Yeah, it's in there. Just keep digging.
Okay,
It's gonna be a while.
just give me a minute. All right, so yes, no, I just want to make sure we continue.
Yeah, no, none of the corpses here. Okay. You go down the tunnel, and Mark, you'd already scouted this place out a little bit, so you kind of know where it went. It's a big, several 100-foot hallway of multicolored phasers, which is exciting. So you head down there, and you come to a large patch of mushrooms. Now, let me go ahead and get rid of this, because this is no longer relevant, really. You come to a huge patch of mushrooms, and it seems to be kind of how the Durgar described it. There's a branch that goes left, a branch that goes right, fungi all around, and the branch that goes left has one of those secure metal doors there. It is locked in the middle of a bunch of fungi, but it's there. There is also a path that goes right, and Bren says, as he points at with his nose, I guess, at the path that goes right, there's a crack in the wall, and he says, that's where I was looking out of. You're kind of looking at. This is not large enough at all. Second attempt. So you're coming around here. There's the door right there, and then it just continues around that way. Bless you.
I agree with Liam.
And that's where you were in this pocket right here.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like our options are door.
But it's locked.
And I'm sorry, this is at the.
I punch it as hard as I can.
Okay.
Right.
This is at the mushroom or no?
This is at the mushrooms. Like there's mushrooms like all over surrounding the front of the door.
Because he specifically said the easier path at the mushroom, take a right and then take another right when it gets to a left right. But if we take a right at the mushroom, we have to go through the crack that the dog just came from.
You don't have to go through the crack. Like the crack actually goes, like the crack goes here and kind of intersects it right here.
Okay.
So it's not the actual path.
Oh, I see. That's what he said when I was looking out from there. Okay.
Yeah. So he came down that way, looked out, and then came back.
Okay. So supposedly the easier way to go is take a right and then head down this path. There's going to be another left right at some point. Supposedly we take a right there and then we'll be at Boopado's. We can at least check it out. And as long as we don't run into anybody, that might be the easier path.
All right.
Or it's the setup.
Or it's the setup.
This is going very well or badly.
Yes. There's only two options.
Well, you're all powered up now, so you're all rested.
True.
So what could possibly go wrong?
Why would you say that?
Oh no.
Liam says, I chose all utility spells. Okay.
Oh, speaking of which, do I have access to those spells that the drow was going to teach, or?
Yeah, because we kind of assumed that happened back when you did the initial thing. So those are in your spell book. Oops, I didn't mean to ping that. Sorry. Okay. Well, if everyone's in agreement, then you head down the Durgar recommended route, DRR. and you head through another bit of the tunnel. The phasers is still present here, and then you come to. You see a fork up ahead, and the tunnel seems to get much larger, like about 25 feet across compared to the 10 or 15 that you've been experiencing. And you hear what sounds like very large sounds of splashing starting to come into earshot from up ahead, like something very large just thwapping on the water, like thwap, splash, some snarling sounds and like chomping of teeth or rock. And some low rumbles. I mean, it sounds like there's some weird beast up ahead splashing about in water.
Rubber ducky.
Yeah.
Maybe. We don't know.
You're the one. But yeah, so if this is, if you're right here, you hear it coming from down this direction, the right direction.
Of course it is.
I recommend we throw a fireball down the tunnel and just keep going the other way.
Again,
A fireball.
Why you are a terrible wizard? How do you not have fireball?
Everybody takes fireball. I chose to be
think something
different.
else.
Oh,
To
that's
be
right. You have a
fair-
lightning bolt. Throw a lightning bolt down that direction.
Hang on.
That
To
I
be
could do.
fair, we're like demon campaign, so fireball may not be.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a
Yes.
good point. I don't
Truth.
disagree.
I'm sure some wizard will have fireball in their spellbook eventually, though. Yeah, Bren also like pokes up and he says, "Smells fishy."
Is there any demon sense going off?
Make a perception.
Oh, okay.
I guess if you're looking for demons, you do have advantage on that, don't you?
Oh, I do. You're right. Good, because that was not a good roll. That was the exact same roll.
Impressive.
8.
You don't sense any demonic stuff.
Well, there's nothing demonic down there, but if there's something fishy. Wait, what kind of fishy?
Like actual fish, like
Oh, you mean like,
smells like
sea
fish.
fish. Right.
It doesn't smell like sea. It smells like fresh water.
Fresh. Oh, excuse me. Fresh fish.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different kind of funk.
Kind of stinking though. Kind of like if you went to a harbor, freshwater harbor or something like that. Do you call it a harbor if it's freshwater?
It's a fresh bird at that point.
Okay.
Or the wharf.
Well, in all honesty, wait, does Boopado smell like fish?
No.
I'm going to vote we skip this side quest. I mean, this diversion. We've been trying to find Boopado for a while, and we've just delayed 8 hours.
Okay. So left path it is.
Yeah, with Boopado. Let's go.
Okay.
I know he said to go right, but he's wrong. Now, I remember
Sorry.
he said go through the door, then go take a right. And I'm like,
Yep. No, he did.
That's what he said. This is clearly him trying to get us killed.
Okay.
There's a lot of people trying to get you killed. Who's actually
There
telling
are
the truth?
so
Who
many
knows?
people.
Also true.
I think 2 members of the party right now are actively trying to get me killed.
One thing is, like, it's nothing personal.
That's true. So you personally stupid swords.
Okay. The votes for left then. Okay.
I mean, if you want to talk me down, I'll go. It's
No,
just,
no,
like, this feels.
I just want to make sure.
Vito, you haven't really weighed in.
Yeah, I was actually just going to screenshot Kitties here really quick.
Okay.
Because what you can't see is the transparency.
Okay.
Oh, is it bad?
I'm going to put it in Discord here.
Okay.
Oh.
If you have a light, you might want to turn it on.
He's dark-sided.
I was gonna say, do we need to have a chat? Have you given into the underdark side of the Force?
Perhaps.
Either that or he's joined an MS-DOS game.
There you go. He's actually one of the pilots in an old Mech Warrior game.
Welcome to Wing Commander.
Oh my gosh.
That might be a little better.
So Guido, do you think we should go left or right?
I really don't think we are. I don't think we're ready to take on a sea monster.
We do have lightning, if it comes down to it. Lightning would be more useful on a sea monster than fireball.
It's true, but it's also a sea monster.
Okay, no, I'm not going to argue.
A gun is technically more effective against Demogorgon, but that's not the point, right?
Look, if you give me a gun in character, I'll use it.
Oh, well,
make it happen.
Go shopping. Okay, sounds like what's for left.
All right.
So you head around there. You pass that splashy place. It looks like as you kind of, I'm assuming everybody's sneaking a little bit. It looks like that place goes forward a little bit and then actually starts curving downwards. So the visibility goes out to about 50 feet and it starts curving downwards, and whatever is making that noise and smell is down that ramp. So you keep going. The sounds and the smell fade out. You go for about 200 more feet, and you come to. I'll just draw this out. My pen will remain the same size. It'd be great. So you come around here, and then off to the left, you see a smaller 5-10-ish wide path, which goes to the left. It looks to be just a winding cavern of smaller tunnels. This one is fairly heavily trafficked. You can just tell from looking at the floor by smaller creatures, but it's definitely a side path. The main one continues down that way.
I'm thinking main path.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hate to cut the side questing, but we really need to find Bufido. He probably died 8 hours ago to the minute.
It's like, we're here, and there's just a turkey.
That's great.
Oh, great.
It says, my last message dated 8 hours ago.
Yeah, he timestamped.
You could have saved me.
If you
only
play
they were
RPGs,
here.
right? If you do this thing and this quest, this character dies because you weren't there in time.
The ultimate MacGuffin was in my grasp, ready to hand off, and then it all went south.
It was all for nothing.
Don't worry, that may possibly never happen.
God.
Okay. So you continue going around here, and you see several pathways as you come to not the end of the natural pathway, but a T intersection for it. Down in this particular direction, what would be down there? Some stuff. That's what I know.
I sense demon. I cast sense demon.
Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna start describing this, and then I'm gonna assume that you move on because I just know what you're gonna do. There is a dim glow of purple phasers coming from down there, which highlights sticky white strands of spider web clinging to the walls. And you can see they become so dense that you can't see through them as it goes further in.
Double no.
Yeah. I'm assuming everybody moves on.
Wait.
Nothing to see here.
Where's the fireball? We throw a fireball down the corridor and we keep moving.
Exactly.
Yeah, you turn around to the last. Everybody's just shaking their heads. The dog's shaking his head. The dog's like, shaking her head.
No. I'm legitimately tempted. Do we have a torch? Do we have a spare torch?
I have the prestidigitation. I can start a fire.
I'm just saying, it might be doing the universe of
you smell demons down there.
Burn it, Liam. Burn it to the ground.
I will cast prestidigitation on the spider webs, and then I will cast control flames on the flames.
And then we will run.
And it's all cantrips, so it's not setting anything off.
Before you run, I need to know which path you're going down.
Does it matter? No.
It does.
Get to the T section and then take a left. Because chances are, if this path down this way has the spider webs, it stands to reason that the path, if we take to the right, is going to be much the same.
Yeah, the more not spider webs we do, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. So yeah,
spiders in the Underdark is always bad.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But they're so useful. All right.
To other people.
So you set presentation down and control flame and start burning this spider web down pretty rapidly, and then take off.
Yep.
As fast.
Okay.
We're all. I mean, I think we're limited in move speed by. I think Liam is our slowest character, but we're going at his pace to get the hell out of Dodge.
Technically, Dawnbringer's the slowest, but she's being carried.
I guess.
Really?
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got 30. So
Oh,
I've got
okay. I
30.
thought
Yeah.
that's
Liam
pretty
and Ron
far for
actually
some
are
reason.
on pace, except
Never
Ron
mind.
just gets a boost when he's charging at enemies. So
Okay. Point being, we're going at. I'm probably a little ahead of the group because Scout, but
yeah.
Yeah.
So you set the on fire and you start all. I imagine just Liam is like 30 feet away, just doing it, and you're like, go, 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 go.
yeah.
And then
Right.
Oh, God.
and it's
please
like
go.
boom, there's a big flame. He's like, did it, and he takes off.
We
a
hear
couple-
skittering behind us.
Yeah, well, actually, about 10 or so seconds after you get down the hallway, you hear this inhuman yell, which sounds like it's coming from multiple voices, just echoing down that way as something is just enraged. It sounds like two men just in absolute madness and insanity and anger, howling for an inhumanly large amount of time. Like it just continues uninterrupted for at least a minute.
I'm sorry. I'm picturing like if this was a TV show, the camera would be like just it would be static on one of us as we're running, and we see the terrain going back, and then it would just move on to the next person, and move on to the next person, and this whole time you hear the screaming, like a solid 30 seconds of showtime.
Yeah.
It just shows us going,
and then cut to commercial.
and then cut to commercial, come back. It's still screaming.
Yeah.
Back there.
Unending.
Yep. But you leave that place behind.
Yes, we get experience for it.
No, you didn't kill anything.
But
Oh,
No, I don't. I'll have to actually see. There's a bunch of complicated stuff that goes on. I actually have to look at and see what happens.
we have kicked the hornet's nest.
yeah, that we did.
Because it's like, well, so this burns and this burns and this will burn this, and then this
Oh
guy's.
my gosh, yeah.
We somehow burn the entire Underdark down just from that.
It's like, yeah, it's like do this particle simulation. Hold on.
Oh boy. Rendering.
Rendering. Yeah.
Well,
Okay. 1 second in.
I'll do that in the meantime before next session.
Okay.
It's gonna take a couple of weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, all I know is that there's one dude who did not like that who has web sense, so he knows like instantly what's going on.
His web sense. Wow.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Perfect.
Okay, but you keep moving. You come around here, and this goes for quite a while.
Does the screaming stop at any point?
It stops after about a minute, but you're not sure if that's because it's just out of range or because he decided to take a breath.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
It's just weird. I love the idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's just okay.
Yep.
Moving on.
Yep.
My work here is done.
Yep. You come to about this point, and this is hundreds and hundreds of feet, so you're pretty far away at this point. You come to a, just while I'm thinking about it, if it makes you feel any better, like I've had several groups run past that. Nobody ever goes in there. Nobody ever goes in there.
I mean, think about this for a second. You're in the Underdark. You see a cave absolutely covered in demonic spider webs.
Yep.
Why would anyone go in there?
Yeah.
They might have cool stuff in there. Who knows?
They
With a spellcaster in the group.
They know
Go in
there's
there?
Nothing good down that corridor.
You come to a fungi thicket. This is from pretty much floor to ceiling, just fungi. After about 5 to 10 feet, you lose visibility through it, but that is directly in the path here. It looks like the tunnel continues, and this just inhabits it, but for how far, you're not quite sure.
But it's fungi, not phasers.
Correct. There is phasers present here, but
It's just flesh-eating fungus.
Oh,
be a nature check. Nature
Yeah.
or survival. Nature or survival.
Yeah, that. I think that might be a fungus.
Very good.
15.
15. Survival or nature, which one did you choose?
Took survival.
Okay. So looking for natural traps, disasters, which would include bad fungi. So you take a look at this, Taston, and A couple of these you have encountered on your travels, specifically ones pointed out by the denizens of the Underdark, like the deep gnomes and some of the people you traveled with. So you recognize a few things, like you're like, those are a few barrel stocks. Those aren't dangerous. Those are some night lights. Those aren't dangerous. There's some firelight in there, which isn't like inherently dangerous, but you can make it into stuff. You don't think, unless you'd start eating any of this stuff, that there's anything that's going to just reach out and grab you or poison you or eat your flesh or anything like that. It's just very thick and it's natural, but you don't think it has any bad stuff in there.
Okay.
But with your survival check, I will give you this. You don't think that the mushrooms would particularly be a problem, but you do see several nests, insect nests, just like kind of clinging to some of the mushrooms. And you've seen these a few times before, and has always been warned away from those, as those are just insects you don't particularly want to disturb, flying, biting insects.
Okay.
Which it might be kind of difficult to do that without going through here, since it's so thick. So those are the natural hazards that you see.
Okay. Yeah, we may want to actually either backtrack or be very careful going through here. Or, yeah, I mean, there's always that option.
Yep.
I just don't want to wander into a nest of murder hornets.
Yeah, I don't either.
I would second the third, I guess, the non-murder hornets path.
Well, do you want to risk going through, or do you want to go back?
Well, let's see. Hornets or...
Yeah.
They might be done
Probably
by
just-
now.
You hope. Yeah, maybe really carefully making our way through here.
If you would like to, if you wish to, you can slow your progress as well and try to harvest some of these fungi, and some of them are genuinely helpful. Some of them are food, some of them are water, some of them can potentially, like the fire lichen, can be sold for a fairly good amount, and maybe you'll find some things like torch stalks or night lights that are actually very useful as impromptu grenades. And well,
Oh, God.
Maybe
now
I used
you've
the wrong
done
word. So this is, they're unreliable. That's the problem. They're basically combustible caps, and you use them generally as torches, right? And you've seen this used as torches before in the travels test, and but you can throw them, and if they break on contact, like it burst apart, but all those little spores are still on fire. So you basically just shower somebody in kind of in like burning spores. It's not incredibly pleasant.
Powdered napalm. Got it.
Yeah. And there's a few more in there that you're not you're not able to identify tasks with survival. That would be more of a nature check, because these aren't really hazardous, but may be interesting.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we can try and make our way through and see if there's any beneficial ones we can get on the way, but I'm thinking not really trying to skirt towards any of the insect nests, particularly.
Yeah, definitely focusing on avoiding those.
Yeah, it'd basically be an acrobatic to try and make it through this without jostling these insect nests and making them upset.
Acrobatics?
Yeah, dexterity acrobatics. Unless you have some other way around this that I do not know of.
Gee, I don't have celestial portal, so yeah.
How many of these nests might we run into?
Well, just from the stuff that you can see, Teston, you see at least 2 at the entrance, And if this goes any further, you are positive there are going to be more.
Okay. Chances are this place is pretty much a breeding ground for whatever these nesting insects are, so you can kind of see them here, here, and here.
If you'd like, you can make a nature check if you want to just identify exactly what they are.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Intelligence, nature.
16.
16. Pretty good.
Can I try as well?
Yes.
I guess I will too. Nope.
I got an 8.
8. Okay. Well, apparently, Tassin, you've been paying attention in the travels. So you look at a few of them, and you're like, that first nest right there. Those are definitely centipedes, centipede-like insects. The other one over there is spider-like insects. So you don't think that these are flying. There are some spiders that fly in the Underdark, which is incredible, but these are not those, you don't think.
Okay.
And with a 16, I will say that based on the way the nests are built, you think these are probably not venomous. Like, at least to a point where it could really affect you. They'd probably just swarm and bite and stuff if you happen to disturb them. They probably would not venture very far from the nest. So if you just wanted to just blaze it and just trek it through there, maybe take a few bites, but you could get away. They're not vindictive. They're not going to chase you or anything.
I'm thinking maybe keeping that as a plan B.
How heavy are the nests?
Oh no.
Like Demolition Man.
Well,
How much do you weigh?
Not very heavy.
Uh-huh.
Are you gonna toss them? I mean, that'll
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Yet.
Okay.
I'm keeping it available as an option, but no, I mean,
Based on what you can tell right there, probably very light, even if you're just holding it in the palm of your hand. Maybe a pound or two, if that.
okay. If we were to move one of the nests, would it clear a path?
You could maybe move it very carefully.
Okay.
Okay, so have Ront do it.
No,
It would be a delicate operation.
no. I've got a better idea.
Oh no, you're gonna try the magic hand, aren't you?
Mage hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it can
Okay.
carry up to 10 pounds.
That's true.
So-
It definitely. So what I'd like you to do is make an Arcana check for this, because this is magic manipulation.
Okay. Oh, 19. You said Arcana. So that's a 26.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So the mage hand goes out, and it kind of has to break off a piece of the mushroom to do this. But it just grabs it very delicately, twists, and you can see it floating over, and you just set it.
Nope.
Wait.
Nope.
Oh, you're not setting it down?
I'm going to have the hand carry it over. So I'm picking the centipede nest,
Okay.
and it's going to get carried over to the spider nest.
Okay.
Great,
Smack.
you're gonna start a war.
Wow. Okay.
That's a thing.
Okay. So you smashed them both together. I mean, you smashed the middle of a fire ant nest before. There's like the calm briefly before the storm. So where it impacts, and you see a couple of stuff poking out, and then just suddenly everything just erupts from both of them.
Yes.
Slowly backing away.
Just
I need
letting
to
the
make some rolls.
insects attack each other. What?
Oh,
It's never that easy.
Apparently,
what's wrong, Laura?
yeah, these centipedes just start absolutely devouring the spiders. The spiders seem to have like virtually no chance against them. And there's like a mass of centipedes and like spiders in their jaws and stuff, just like all up this side of the fungi right here. But yeah, they're going at it. The spiders are definitely going to not be the victor here. They're upset. So you'd still have to pass them, but it is what it is.
I want you to know that in lore, Mark just okay.
Let's do this.
Yeah, let's just lunge. Let's do it. Let's get it over with.
Okay.
Let's push. What kind of rolls is it going to be?
Well, if you just want to barrel through, I can say that because you've like smashed one of the nest on the other side and they're like distracted over there. As long as you just barrel through, it's not a roll. If you still want to stop and try and pick mushrooms, then we might talk. But
why?
Just wondering.
Yeah, if we can bolt through.
Okay.
Yeah,
Keep this as a distant, like, hey, maybe if we're in this area.
I'm actually already through. I left. Like
he's just gone.
Everyone's like, where'd Mark go? And I'm
gotta go.
Okay. So you just hang to the side that the fight's not on and just start going through. And like there's a couple of centipedes that you like hit with your shoulder as you go by, but like they're busy. Like, the swarm's attention is somewhere else.
You're welcome.
You're only saying that because it worked.
Yeah.
It got a completely different way.
Didn't work. Imagine if it was more. Then we would have been back in the spider webs. All right.
Oh God.
So after you start breaking through this place, your visibility is about 5 to 10 feet in front of you. You keep going through. You see a couple more mushrooms that you're like, oh, there's a. Whoops! Well, I guess we're blazing through. You know, whatever that was. It was glowing, many colors.
That's nice.
And you come to a place where the forest kind of splits up into an obvious fork, right and left. Since you're in this dense fungi population, you don't really see a difference between either one.
That's right.
Wait, hang on.
It's either north or south, basically.
I mean, I was mostly asleep when the guards were talking about which.
We've already gone way past that.
Yeah, we're way past it. Coin says south.
So
south it is. To the left.
Okay. Oh boy, this is the thing.
Wait, I just realized we actually meant to go north. It's
no.
Weird.
Too late.
It's
too late.
It's like the original Mario Brothers. Oh, hang on, let me just go back.
Yeah. Oh, the level doesn't go back anymore. Oh.
Okay. So the fungi ends after about 15 feet rather abruptly, as I guess, Mark, you're leading the way, naturally.
Yeah.
As you break through this sudden break into this natural cave. And you see this place does have fungi in it, but it's much more ordered and it's growing in like the walls and the ceiling. There's a Wispus phaseris around here, but it's not as thick as it was before. It looks like the cave continues on past here, but what is maybe more interesting is in the center of this cave, you see what look like grown-up stools, adult myconids. It's kind of like dancing to some silent tune, maybe, as they're just going in a circle. About 3 of them are like 5 feet tall, so they're higher than you, Mark. While the other ones are about half as tall. One of the smaller ones, stands out a bit because its movements aren't nearly as dancey as the other ones. It seems to just be sitting there, poofing out some spores. And hunched nearby, you see 2 larger creatures. It looks like, I mean, you've seen these before, quaggoths, but they are covered with mushroom growths and yellow mold. They do seem alive, though. They are just like crouched, almost unmoving in the corner.
Okay.
But if they've noticed you, they haven't made any evidence of that. You do sense ambient demonic energy coming from their area. It's very ambient. It's not like the other concentrated amounts from the creatures before, but it's definitely present. And it's different.
Okay, hold on. Can someone probably test them? Roll to determine if those things are being are they currently being consumed by the fungus?
Would that be a medical check or medicine check?
I'd accept medicine or nature. Yeah.
Let's try medicine.
Yeah, I guess I'll roll. I'll do nature. Nope. My dice.
19.
19 medicine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As best you can tell, these, I mean, you look for like some medical signs of stuff, and you're like, you don't think these creatures are actually, even though they're moving slightly, you don't think they're alive. You see no breath, no real movements or like life signs from them. They're almost like the best comparison you could probably make are zombies. You're pretty sure that they're dead, and the spores are just inhabiting them and making them move.
Okay, so which now raises the question: is that true undead or different undead?
Are
we talking like Romero zombies, or are we talking Last of Us clicker zombies?
Yeah.
You don't think that these are true undead?
Okay, so I can't turn them.
No.
We could burn them.
That's always an option.
You think these are more plant than anything at this point?
We should definitely burn them.
Okay. Burn the salad. Got it. Well, as messed up as this is, they're not technically hostile at this point.
It's true.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, we don't need to quite go murder hobo on them yet.
Yep. The myconids that were dancing kind of changed their pace a little bit. Now they link arms and start moving in a circle around the smaller one.
Pull out a shotgun.
Straight to shotgun.
I mean, it's okay.
Liam, go ahead and make me a straight up intelligence check. This is based on your noble background.
Roll a 2.
Intelligence +4. That's a 22.
Wow. Okay.
Bang.
You actually recognize this dance. This is a very obscure noble wedding dance that you have seen performed before.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm like,
this is generally reserved for royalty.
What parties have you been going to?
Yeah, that's my follow-up question.
Maybe it's not something. Maybe it's not a party. Maybe you've seen it performed. Who knows? But
Just,
you do know.
no
this,
judgment.
like, huh.
No judgment.
It's a flash mob.
That is. Yeah.
Just okay. Okay.
Let's not disturb them just yet. It's it appears to be a wedding.
Okay. I've kind of noped out of the last 10 minutes in universe, like in character. Mark's
It's like,
just like,
this is all. Nope.
whatever. Is there a way through, around?
Oh yeah, there is actually. The tunnel continues on past them.
All right, so
I'm going to delay.
Delay what?
I'm hanging back and actually like being respectful of the ceremony.
Okay. Basically, not the one who wants to call attention by running through the ceremony. Just
is there
courteous? Okay.
Is there a mushroom I could grab nearby that might look like it's worth a damn?
Make me either survival or nature if you want to. I mean, there's plenty of mushrooms, but
4.
I mean, they're all multicolored.
So I pull up a multicolored mushroom. There we go. A gift. I got a gift ready.
Okay.
This is the equivalent of going to like a gas station right before someone's birthday.
Well, since they're mushroom people,
Getting
would
air
this be the
freshener?
equivalent of handing them a body part as a gift?
I mean, I know some people who'd be into that.
Here's this severed
Sure.
arm.
Here's some gas station sushi.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what? I think about that and I throw away the mushroom. Like, no.
Nope, that's a bad form.
You know what? Actually, I do have something in my pack. You know what? Hang on.
You are wise,
I
Mark.
have.
You know better.
I have a gemstone. In fact, I have 2 gemstones still.
Okay.
So I pull out one of them. I'm ready to give it as a gift whenever the ceremony's over.
Okay. Do you want to just wait for it?
I mean, actually, one of you knows comprehend languages.
It's clearly not me.
Okay, I couldn't remember if that was a wizard spell or a cleric spell. Suggestion. that is the suggestion. Sorry.
Ritual casting is what, 10 minutes?
It is.
Can I tell how far they're into the ceremony?
Hours are left.
Yeah, you had a really good roll. You can tell that it probably will extend past your ritual.
Okay. Sure. I'll sit down and recite the ritual for comprehend language.
Okay. Now I need to look up comprehend languages to see if it'll work with this.
For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but must be touching the surface on which the words are written. It takes about a minute to read 1 page of text. The spell doesn't decode secret messages in a text or glyph, such as arcane sigil, that isn't part of a written language.
So I will say this before you decide to cast this. They're not speaking any language.
Okay.
So there wouldn't be anything to translate. And just from your experience, you do know that at least Stool communicated via spores. And it was at that point an unspoken communication.
Right.
And I don't want to inhale any of that.
Not so much.
Would you like me to present the gift for you?
Sure. I hand him the gem.
Okay. I will politely approach.
Okay. The only one that really seems to react is the smaller one in the center. The rest of them seem to be going about their business. The smaller one, it has some facsimile of eyes, and it does turn to look at you as you approach.
I am going to do the dance moves of a guest for the dance.
Okay.
As the approach.
Make me a charisma performance. Or actually, I guess this would be dexterity since you're dancing. Dexterity performance.
Dexterity performance.
Yeah.
Okay. 12.
12. It's not the worst you've ever seen, right? It is definitely passable. It's a bit above average. So you do that, and the smaller one does something that you've seen Stool do before when it's about ready to release its communication spores. It doesn't seem to be doing it offensively, but you can tell it is directing them at you.
I'm not avoiding it. That's why I was volunteering.
Okay. So as you're presenting it, you get a puff of spores in your face, and you have the familiar sensation of being joined with the Rapport spore network that you had back when Stool was spreading these things out. And you start to hear singing this song, which sounds familiar but strange. It would have accompanied this performance that you would have heard, but it's not exactly right. It's like if somebody
Kind of
heard
discordant.
of it. Yeah, heard of it and then tried to make their own version of it. But it is obviously matching the movements of these other myconids. and you hear that there is actually spoken language, or at least language that you can understand that's being translated to you. It is many different voices, many more than are in this particular room, singing about the lady, the powerful, the being that loves and guides all Myconids, and that they are joining in the lady's gift. And they will soon travel through the lady's dream as the Myconids do. And you hear a directed message to you from the smaller one. And he says, welcome to you to this rehearsal for the wedding of the lady. We accept your gift gratefully. Go ahead and make me an insight wisdom check as you're hearing this as well.
Also, you start to hear whispers in the back of your mind. You're not sure what that is.
Yeah.
13.
13. Okay. You hear this undercurrent from him of worry, like a feeling of distress, like somebody is saying, something is not right here, but I am trying to act like it is. I am afraid for my own life.
No, the FBI aren't coercing me to say anything. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like somebody called into 911 and said, I'd like to order a pizza. Everything is fine here. Please do not come here.
Subtle.
Yes. It says, I am Rumpadump, and I am the master of this particular rehearsal. It is strange to have one like you, not one with the mushrooms, and he motions to the 2 Quaggoths over there, present here, but it is obvious that you know the ways. You already know our rehearsal. It is very familiar to me. Meanwhile, everybody over there there's just silence, and you see the mushroom wing.
Just practicing.
Yeah.
We were just passing through, but I had to pay my respects. Can you tell me more about the lady?
Oh. The lady, and he says the lady, and you hear a bunch of voices echo out through the network that just say, the lady, oh, the lady is wonderful. And Rumpadump says, the lady is our savior, the one who has come down to bring us to the dream.
And is definitely not holding a gun to my head right now.
Mhm. She offers a gift, which I do extend to you as well. And again, that insight you get is, don't take this deal from this guy.
Oh my God.
Got this bag of broken glass. You really should try it.
She has placed invitations all throughout the Underdark, and he motions to several of the mushrooms on the wall that are just like sprouting out little bits of spores. Invitations to all creatures of this world to attend the rehearsal and the grand wedding.
And when is the grand wedding supposed to be?
He says, we do not know exactly, but it is coming soon. Every day we feel it drawing closer.
Ah. Well, I'm not sure that we'll be able to make the official ceremony, but I definitely appreciate the invitation. May we be granted passage?
Oh, we block no passage at all. Of course you are granted passage. These are not our tunnels. Actually, we were attracted here by the invitations, and it again motions to the mushrooms on the wall. He says, but if you, and it will truly be a sight to behold, if you wish to attend the grand ceremony, the grand wedding, and you may indeed have a part in it if you would like, travel to Neverlight Grove. That is where it will take place.
Ah. Well, I know one of our earlier companions was looking to get back there. I'm not sure if Not sure if we're still heading that way, though.
Which companion was that?
Is Stool his actual name?
That's the name you know him by.
Okay.
So you haven't heard any other name.
Okay. But we're communicating telepathically anyway. So
Yes.
When I say Stool, I'll think of, what I remember his image of as. So.
He said, "Oh, we know of him. Yes. He has joined our network very recently. He is here. He is not here, but he is here."
Well, the next time I see him, I'll make sure to inform him or remind him of the ceremony, so he is aware that it will be taking place.
Yes. Actually, I have a favor to ask you. If you are indeed to travel away from this place, may I accompany you to spread the message of the lady far and wide? And again, you get that undercurrent of, please take me with you. Please, please, please. I don't want to be here.
Please say yes to this, Guido. I'm biting my lips so hard because I think I know what this is about.
I think I do too. Let me converse with my companions and make sure that we're not going to burden you with our mission.
Yes, you must converse with your companions. I will be here.
I'll come back over and explain what's going on.
Okay, so can we do knowledge religion checks on this?
You may do knowledge religion checks, yes.
It's probably going to be high DC.
Okay.
Yes, I finally rolled well. Okay, that's a 23 for me.
Okay.
5. Apparently,
5.
I've turned off religion for the day.
You're done. You're just done.
Kellamvor said nope.
Nope.
Yeah,
Hard pass.
So, Mark or Rudder, Lord Rudder, I have a feeling you already know what's going on. So, do you want to say?
One of the demon lords, and I looked up how to pronounce her name, is called Zugdmoy.
Mm-hmm.
She is the Lady of Fungus.
Yes.
And she's a lovely creature. Her main shtick, and this is what immediately made me think of this. Her main shtick is she uses mind-controlling spores, and then after a while, the people that she controls effectively just kind of, like, you remember how the people would impale themselves on spikes when they were indoctrinated in Mass Effect?
Yeah.
They kind of do that.
Oh, great.
In order to make more spores, in order to keep spreading and doing this and yada, yada, yada. This is semi-recent in my head because she actually really doesn't like Jubilex. The two of them have been feuding for forever. Slime dude. Slime
right.
Demon Lord. So I don't know how high tier she is. She's kind of like, I mean, if she's at Jubilex's level, she's kind of mid to low. But we need to stop this.
It's a smaller nuclear bomb.
We need to. It's a tactical.
Okay.
If she is trying, so they're talking about the big dream thing. That sounds like the copy paste method she uses to infect and consume. Just you're filled with these visions of this beautiful, euphoric future that it's waiting for you, right? Like we need to do something about this.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned.
Just in me saying that.
I have to say I am a little concerned. The little runt is very eager to get away from here, which makes me wonder if he's been infected by the dream. Why does he want to get away?
So hang on, good question here. Considering the way she uses her infection thing is demonic in origin, can I sense demons on him to see if he is infected?
This may be difficult, but I will give you have your normal advantage perception.
Okay.
Let's
roll well. We rolled well earlier with the religion check. That's a 4, but I have an advantage. It's okay. That's much better. That's going to be a 22.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. So you take a look. You take a look at some of the other ones for comparison. You take a look at him. You're like, those quaggots already gone. Like, there's no point.
Yeah, that's just. They've been
I'll
eaten.
tell you this: you do sense it on him, but it is much, much weaker than the other ones.
Okay. So it looks like he's either actively. I'm going to say this out loud. It looks like he's either actively resisting, or this is a trap way more subtle than I can detect, which is totally possible.
Okay.
Or he's just too new to it.
Yeah, he could be
Also
recently
possible.
exposed. Yeah.
Okay. If he's looking to escape, I don't have a problem taking him with.
Yeah, at the very bare minimum, we need to get him away from this.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
And you used to spread the word of the dream or whatever we need to say to go along with it.
All right.
Okay.
I'll go back.
Hang on, one last thing, real quick. With my nice roll, do I detect any demonic influence on Liam, who has just inhaled some spores?
On Liam, very, very slight.
Okay, so I'm going to share that because that means that there probably is a little bit of a danger, so we need to be a little cautious about that. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
So it sounds like with our travels, we're not going to interfere with your mission. So if you'd like to accompany us, you're welcome to.
Wonderful, wonderful. I am so glad you have decided to accept my offer. We should leave immediately to spread the word.
Very well.
All right. And without really waiting for a confirmation, he steps out of the middle and gives a bow to the other Mycadids who release their circle for a moment to let him out and then continue their rehearsal dance. And he starts, he's a freaking sprout. He's slow. He moves at 10 feet. He's basically as slow as stool almost.
Can we
just kind of like
Ront. Up.
Ront, yeah, Ront.
Ront, yeah.
Don't inhale
okay.
too much, Ront. You can
Didn't say
breathe a
hold your
little
breath.
bit, Ron. Oh my god.
Why is he
Roll to
turning more
breathe.
green?
Roll to breathe. Oh my god. Okay, so we need to get some distance here.
Yeah.
So he
Thinking.
he accepts the offer from Ront to carry him, and then points to, and Liam, you're the only one who can actually hear him. He points to the cave or the tunnel further down, and Liam, you hear him say, "We should move further there. I sense people in need of the message."
Okay.
And as you're leaving, the mushrooms, continue their dance back there, and you travel into you start traveling to another cave area, but as you get further away from the other dancing Mycanids, Liam, you hear the voices fade, and then they just cut off. And you've experienced this before when you went out of range of stool, right? There's a certain range limit. And you then hear him say in your head, "Thank you for getting me away from that. Something is terribly wrong. We need to leave this place now. Something is so wrong, I don't even know how to describe it in the Rapport Spores network. It is infested by corruption that is changing everybody. We need to leave this place now."
That's bad.
Laura, what was the name of that demon?
Zugtoy.
Yeah, that.
Again, I looked up how to pronounce it because I wasn't sure. It's Zugtoy. Supposed to like slur it. Zugtoy.
Zugmoy?
Zugtmoy.
Tamoy. Okay. We suspect it might be a demon corrupt in your network. Zugmoy.
I don't know who or what that is, but if you say so, if you know what this is, then how can we stop it? How can we prevent it?
Wait, can we talk with him yet?
At the moment, no, not unless he scores everybody.
Ask him if he knows what she was going to marry. Is what I was going to lead the direction towards.
So before that, I'm going to say, would either of you like to be able to communicate at this point?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm ready. I've got demonic corruption resistance built in. I'm good.
Okay. Do you ask him to spore everybody? And he says, well, you can do this 3 times a day, sure. And you're poofed into the network.
Hey!
Mark your nose, it burns a little bit.
Yeah.
And he says, welcome. I was talking with my friend about how we can cleanse the Mycadid network, for there is something deeply wrong with it.
So, okay, I'm sorry. So in character, I have to roll history, I think. It's not great. It's like a 15.
What are we trying to find out?
So, okay, let me do this in character. Do you know what it is that she was thinking about merging with or interacting with? You mentioned a wedding.
Here's what I know. So our leader named Vuspor, he speaks on, or normally he speaks on behalf of the others, but he encountered something. I don't know what, I don't know when, that changed him. Something that made him talk about this lady and how she was going to be sharing a gift with everyone. And it seemed like just ramblings at first, some slight discontent in the network, but it soon began spreading, and I don't in particular know how. More and more of my kind began echoing his message, talking about the lady and sharing the gift. And there was some sort of gift. Some of my kind developed strange new abilities. The ability to travel physically through our network. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. But then I began talking about that was traveling through the lady's dream, which I thought was perhaps, and you'll have to excuse me. I'm still very new. I am a new sproutling. There's much I don't understand yet, but I know that the elders among us communicate with a dream of some sort, and I have experienced some of it before, but I don't think the lady's dream is the same thing. I apologize if it's hard to describe. This is not something I've been indoctrinated into, but I've seen it creeping throughout the entire network. Some of my friends have abandoned their normal mission, their normal task, and just have gone to dancing and rehearsing for some wedding, which wasn't even a concept that I knew about until recently. I don't know more than that. I'm sorry, but it disturbs me. Like our entire society is changing.
So I'm not sure how to deal with the demon yet, if it is in fact the demon that we suspect it to be. But we seem to be encountering more and more instances of demon incursions coming through the Underdark. And I'd suspect we may have something bigger on our hands. Welcome to our mission.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's comforting, I suppose, that there is somebody who's seeking out to stop whatever is happening here. I don't understand much about what it is. I should let you know, though, I do feel the call as well. It's not affected me, but I am driven to participate in this profane act that they're doing. I'm driven to Neverlight Grove, as if there's something calling me to return home there. And I know that is where they say this ceremony will take place. Maybe that is where it's all centered. Maybe that's where it began. And I hope you are not infected with this as well, but since you've breathed my spores, I fear you may be.
Okay, we eat demons for. Well, I eat demons for breakfast.
I was going to say, not everybody.
Oh, well, I'm glad that I found, just by happenstance, the right people who could help me.
We took a wrong turn to your benefit.
It seems like a right turn to me. Well, I should let you know, you mentioned Stool. I know Stool. We sprouted from the same fungi fields together. I heard him in the network recently. He had been disconnected for quite some time, but I don't know exactly where he is.
What town are we at?
Gracklestug.
Gracklestug, right.
I mean, we're a ways out from Gracklestug at this point, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's last we knew he was above these tunnels in the town of Gracklestug. But I haven't seen or heard from him in some time. He may still be there.
Oh, we should try to find him if we can. I'm sure he would be willing to help too. He was always the faster among us two.
He says
11
as he's
feet.
being carried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it just occurred to me we're never going to find Loopadoo.
Well, now that you mentioned the very next cave, as you're walking into it.
Hey! We're lost. It's over. We're lost.
No, because you've exited the other one to get away from them, but you can see into this next area. There's the familiar smell of rotting meat, which comes from this place. And the floor has like humanoids in various states of decomposition, and they are arranged in a pattern that you have seen before back in the cultist room, where they had that spiral pattern in the floor, except this is done with humanoid corpses.
Great.
Yeah. And there is this humming coming from in the corner, this hunched figure who's working over this desk that has a bunch of different alchemical components on it, some various body pieces. And that figure is Bupido.
Unbelievable.
And he wipes his hands on his vest, and he's got like blood and gunk all over him. And as you're coming in, he says, "Oh, I didn't expect to see you here. I was just finishing up something over here in my off time before I headed back to my lab. What do you know?"
All right, we immediately kill him.
Just on principle. Sorry, you have to die now.
And I think this might be a good time to stop.
Yeah, it's almost midnight.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Took the longest route possible.
We were just like, hang on. Hey, we'll find him. We'll find him.
I mean, it's
There he
only
is!
so many directions.
Yeah, this
And we just kept turning right, and eventually we went left.
is a super long route to get to it.
God.
You did basically go all the way to the other end and come all the way around again.
Right.
On the plus side, we did find out about Zugmois. That's 3 demon princes we know of that are currently down here.
Yeah.
Zugmois, Jubilex, and Demogorgon.
Yeah.
What the hell? Or what the abyss, I guess.
So really just going for the entire Pantheon set.
Oh.
We're shaking this pressure cooker. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.